What is this with glue? Is that wise? I mean, how do you unglue yourself for a start? And what?
Is it water and flour?
Yeah.
Or are we talking super glue? Just a little squirt. All of the 10 young climate change activists attached themselves to the London railings by using bike locks around their necks, which some of you will remember.
Are you gonna have a huff about this?
Why am I having a huff?
Because I can't tell with you. That's why I'm asking.
Literally just saying.
Okay, I know you're just saying, but are you gonna get in a huff about it if I play it through the headphones so it goes into the stream?
I literally just said I'm not huffing.
Okay, fine.
How Walter White and Jesse locked up some narco criminal in their basement in Breaking Bad, and it didn't work out too well for them.
Correct.
Some had megaphones and were calling on the government to take action. They don't know them very well, do they? Kids, eh? The government couldn't take action if they caught their personal area in a mangle. The government's too busy destroying itself to stop destroying the planet. Motior Rahman, a lawyer who is standing up for, and that is lawyer, not a lawyer who is standing up for the group outside City Hall, said not enough is being done. We're taking the practice of non-violent civil disobedience into the European elections because the status quo isn't working. Get status quo on the phone and they'll explain it themselves to us. He said, would you put your child on a bus if there were a 50-50 chance of it crashing? We need to act now. It's an emergency. Conservative London Assembly member Susan Hall said, by claiming that he is an ally of the Extinction Rebellion, Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, has encouraged these protesters to continue their disruption, said Conservative London Assembly member Susan Hall. By claiming that Sadiq Khan is an ally of Extinction Rebellion, he's encouraged these protesters to glue themselves to our building, she said. Now they've glued themselves to City Hall, wasting yet more police time and stopping the public from entering their building. I didn't know you could go in.
Right, when you have to actually connect it, when you've had this connected to a different device, there is a process you have to go through. When you, if you've already connected it and you turn this off, you turn this off, then you turn this on the next day, you literally just have to make sure Bluetooth is on, turn this on, and it will connect automatically. So in this case I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to press that connect button there so that'll start flashing. I'll click paired devices, it's that one there, so if I just click on that,
she said the mayor needs to start taking the side of Londoners who want police to be tackling knife crime,
and then we're done.
superglue protesters who are undermining their own.
Because though it said Xbox wireless controller, it actually means that one, not that one, because when I went on here before I pressed to forget all previous devices so there wouldn't be any confusion, so the only one when it said the controller there, it literally does mean that one, and that's it. I mean, to get to Bluetooth you can either scroll down and hold the Bluetooth icon and it'll open up the menu straight away, or you can turn it off and on, scan and do whatever, or if you do it the more traditional sense, if you press that little app button, settings right in the middle there, connections, and then click on Bluetooth there, and you're in that same menu that you would get from holding down the Bluetooth button there. Okay? And that is on 100% as well, so I made sure that was charged up.
Apparently the Met Police had to deploy more than 10,000 officers last month as protests caused carnage in Oxford Street
Clean, I think.
and Waterloo Bridge and Parliament Square and outside the Bank of England and the Canary Wharf tube station.
Oh.
At least that's what the Daily Mail said. Carnage, they said. I mentioned it at the time. I was around that area. I didn't go for the protest. I just went for you know, a bit of a wander. I'd forgotten they were there.
You don't have a screensaver.
And it was wonderful around there. on one of those days that the pink boat was there. It didn't seem like carnage to me, so I thought maybe I don't know the true definition of the word carnage. So I looked it up. I did my homework. Can you believe that?
No.
Carnage, noun, the killing of a large number of people. Synonym: slaughter, massacre, mass murder, annihilation or decimation, which is some way off what it was actually like. It was actually blissfully peaceful. It was the opposite of carnage.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Because the streets had been given back to the people rather than just being there for the benefit of belching cars and vans and lorries. It was marvellous. London was livable right in its very centre. Whereas Oxford Street is usually this giant canyon of poison.
Leave that there, isn't it?
Why anybody would want to shop there? Unless any of these stores are advertising those, in which case it's an excellent destination.
You got to put in a number.
Didn't keep up their action. What notice would the government take? I mean, the moment that pink boat got towed away, the moment it stopped being top of the news, MPs stopped talking about it.
So you got to put in like exclamation mark, the word, and then a number.
The direction of action.
So pick a small number because I doubt you'll have a lot of donuts. Actually, you should have some donuts.
At catastrophic cost and consequence.
Or if you want to check how many donuts you have, you put in exclamation mark, donuts. And it'll, oh, I have quite a lot actually. Okay, then.
Completely correct in every respect.
Bada bing.
But of course, none of this applies to you if you don't believe in science. If you're one of those demented numpties that charge around the internet,
you did say that I can use
your stupidity will protect
yes, it did.
you.
Correct.
It might already be downloaded. Might just need updating, but double check.
Unless I'm getting any of this wrong, in which case you must correct me. Let me just wipe up some of these.
You always fuck up on this part. Oh, I've got more than you. How did that happen?
Give me more.
I never had more than you. Well, I suppose it's because every time I'm on it, I'm always watching myself. Technically, that's how it counts.
I always watch you.
There have been a few times where you've done like a 3 till 10 shift at work, and I've been streaming then, and obviously you wouldn't have watched me for those whole 7 hours. That's probably what it is. Yeah, that's it. Show him how it's done. Well, Simon, give me more donuts. Nah. Nah. Yeah, nah. I'll tell you, you've already got chocolates and sweets over there. You don't need any donuts. Would you eat those chocolate-filled ones?
Not sure.
Oh, okay, I'll have to get them at some point and have a nomsy.
I just didn't want to take the ones that were reduced because they'll probably be stale.
Really?
Yep.
While I'm doing this?
Yep.
Okay. Okie dokie. That way I know which side I've sprayed it on. There's always that top bit there. Booyah! Thank you very much! Thank you very much. The one time I win, I was like, you know what? I'll put a big amount of donuts on there. See what happens.
Fuck's sake.
What's that? Oh, and I have seen your party invites. I was just cleaning my glasses, and the first time I was getting a drink as well. So I am here. I'm not like ignoring you. I'm just sorting me crap out, man. Oh, so satisfying. You should look at my hands, but oh, what a fucking shame. Can't get everything right. Oh no, I hope my batteries don't say, you're low.
Oh yeah.
When your mum wanted food. Oh, okay, well, I know your mum wanted food because you said that in the in a Discord message. I just didn't know Zaxby's were the. Oh Jesus Christ! I forgot the volume was up. Whoa! Oh, I need to get into the party quick because she might be ordering. Alright, hold on. Party encountered error. I need another invite. That didn't work.
Comments that came in yesterday that are still on my screen for some reason. This says, I don't care about the economy either. There are far bigger ways. Freedoms. Our freedoms are being destroyed day by day. That's presumably in response to somebody who was asked by a news person. I think you were in one of Nigel Farage's little rallies. And the news person went up to him and said,
Oh, Rock did order food, by the way. Because I did say to her about, like, well, you know, you've got some. I don't mind doing some stuff in the freezer for you. It's totally cool with that. And it took her about 10 minutes, and I got a message. I said, look, just let me know what you want to do. Give it 10 minutes. You think about what you want to do, and then let me know. If you want me to do something, I'll go and do it. If you've got someone out there, I'll answer the door. And I think I heard the door. Em, if you can hear me, I need another party invite because that didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work. It just didn't work.
So, I'm not really into it.
What? No, go on. What? What?
well, what if the economy tanks and, you know, a lot of people lose their jobs with a no-deal Brexit? And they said, I don't care about that. We just...
well, what if the economy tanks and,
Well, I
you know, a lot of people
fucking
lose
said
their
bitch.
jobs with a no-deal Brexit? And they said, I don't care about that. We just
Okay,
want
we're good.
Brexit. I don't care about the economy. There are far bigger worries. Freedoms. Our freedoms are being destroyed day by day. And you can't take our freedom. This says, I've been inspired by all the people who have spoiled their ballot papers by writing Brexit on them. In the European elections, I'm going to spoil my ballot paper by writing that I want better bin collections. Better bin collections, see?
What the
Concentrating
fuck?
on the important stuff.
What?
Lee in Crystal Palace says, why don't the MPs just go back on holiday? We can do fine without them.
Yeah,
Been
the
peaceful
control
these
is
last
going
few weeks. Now
dodgy.
they're back making up useless noise again. Dan in Ancliffe said, I was given 3 votes and only used 1. UKIP. I would never give my votes to that glory hog Farage.
Ah, that's what I need. Oh, no, I don't want to select it. I don't want to select anything. Thank you very much.
You may think that. I could possibly comment.
Okay.
And so on.
What's up?
So,
I'm guessing
we're
how many
wiping out a
sisters
million
been on because
species,
my horse is
but
gone.
don't worry, because we're not
Your
one of them.
horse is gone.
And many of them are
What the fuck?
absolutely delicious, by the way.
Yeah.
If God didn't want us to eat them, he wouldn't
You know the
make
horse
them
got a lemon.
meat. Mankind is on the verge of wiping out 1 million
Oh.
natural species.
Did you say you were
which will
only
affect
lending it
Earth's
to her?
vital life support systems
No,
and breaking
not
point,
really,
UN
no.
scientists say.
Then there may have been an assumption that it was her then. I'm not saying that was the correct call to make by her, but...
They said that food,
Yeah.
water resources are going to
Oh
run
my God.
dry
That
for
was my
future
only saddle.
generations and put humanity in jeopardy unless
Did tell
immediate
her that
steps are taken to reverse
she needs to get
climate
me a
destruction.
saddle.
And I was concerned there for a moment
Not
until I read
interested,
the
not
word
interested,
future.
not interested, not
Future
interested.
generations. Oh, well, let's just forget about it then. We're doomed because our present drear leader is a man who knows nothing but thinks that he is smarter than all of the world's scientists put together. He's a smart person. Trust him. And he owns the coal and the oil industries big time. For
Yeah,
all
go on
the
then,
money
try
they
it,
throws
try
in
it.
To get in the White House. And if there's one thing that's true about Donny, you only have to praise him and give him cash, and he'll be your
Oh,
co-op.
you're not even trying, are you?
$400 million a year, so what difference does it make?
He lied. The UN has, they haven't actually just released it, they're about to release it. I think this is coming out on Monday, so this is hot news. Right off the press. A 1,800-page UN report reveals that the annihilation of natural landscapes of forests and wetlands is leading to an unsustainable loss of plants and animals which risk extinction. Robert Watson, the chairman of the Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform on Diversity and Ecosystem Services. Oh, God, grief. Could he not get a shorter title? Can you imagine being his secretary? Hello, you've reached the office of Robert Watson, chairman of the Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services. How may I direct your call? You've quit on day 1. Anyway, Robert Watson, have you heard that he's the chairman of the Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity and Ecosystems Services? He said there is no question that we are losing biodiversity at truly unsustainable rates, and it will affect human well-being for both current and future generations. God, I wish he'd used fewer syllables. He could have just said, oh no. The global assessment on the state of nature, the product of 400 experts over 3 years. I've gone into write this 1,800-page report. 400 experts and 3 years. They have constructed several scenarios for the future based on the likely decisions taken by government and policymakers over the coming years. And that 1,800-page report by 400 experts, written over 4 years, will be repudiated in a 10-word tweet by a bright orange know-nothing numpty and his keyboard army of willfully ignorant, useful idiots. ventilation, clean water, a stable climate all depend on a thriving plant and animal population. You kill the environment, and the environment will kill us, like a maniac white supremacist with a bump stock. Truly great people, really nice, believe me. 0345 6060 973. You can text 84850. Email nicka@lbc.co.uk. And if you're on Twitter, you're probably wasting your life. Friday and Saturday night at 10, Nick Abbott, LBC. Let me just alert you to my new podcast. It's out. Hurrah! 28 minutes of amusement. Every week it's about 30 minutes there or thereabouts. It's the best of the calls to this show and some extra added bits on top as well. And the idea is to amuse and delight. And I think you will find both of those things in equal measure. It's called the Nick Abbott Habit. If you go to your app store and download Global Player, then you'll find that there is a series of podcasts on there. I'm along the way a bit. If you don't do phones and you listen on, or you want to listen to it on your computer, then ask for it by name at an internet search engine near you. The Nick Abbott Habit.
This is LBC from Global, leading Britain's conversation with Nick Abbott. This is LBC with Nick Abbott. Call 0345 6060 973.
Wow, there's something really wrong with your radio. Arg.
Listen to him. He knows everything.
Yeah, and on top of that,
Everything is going extremely well.
why are all my stabs logged in the machine here? I do it by hand. I expect my glamorous assistant will be all over that and will be corrected instantaneously. Why is that? Why is that like that? That's never been like that. I do this show manually. I don't need nothing on automatics. This is going to screw me up. Paul in Exeter says, Nick, they're using Yoo-hoo glue to get attention. That's, See, normally I don't like listeners with material, but I'm going to make an exception in your case, Paul. That is excellent. They're using Yoo-hoo glue to get attention.
Hello.
Yeah, Yoo-hoo.
Hello.
Yoo-hoo.
Hello.
John says, I'm still ecstatic with all the Lib Dem gains in the local elections. They can have my benefit money if it helps me get more of them in. Mike says, you managed to keep the show going when we're all due another baby. Quite admirable. I'd be a bag of nerves. We just want baby. God, on and on and on they're going with the papers with this baby Sussex thing. Who cares? I mean, really? Meghan, baby. They're really trying to do a Diana. They just desperately want somebody whose face is going to sell their newspapers and magazines. They're trying to make her happen. And a baby. I mean, can you name Kate's babies? I bet you can't. I bet if I stood here from now until the end of time, you would not be able to name Kate's babies, or even tell me how many she's got. It's just a little titillation, like a little firework going off. Everybody goes, ooh, and then, ah. Of course, if you have to deal with the baby, then it'd be, ugh. But Meghan won't have to do with that. She'll have an army of assistants, but flouncing around like flies around you-know-what. Baby, 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 baby. We just want baby. Tony says, forget climate change, we have a raw baby on the way, and that's far more important than anything else in the universal. in the universal what? We'll never know. Who's calling Catford? Hello, Steve. Well, that didn't work. That's like 2-3 things that haven't worked so far. The show's not even 25 minutes old. Catford, hello, Steve.
Hello, Nick.
Yes, sir. Not that I'm complaining or anything.
Stop whining. No, the pink boat, I loved it. And it was I did have a little, wander, and you're right, it was glorious.
Yes, it was.
And London looked so beautiful, and the building.
It was a lovely day. It was bright and sparkly the day that I was out, and the sun was out, and there were no cars in the street. It was wonderful.
But I'm basically an old kid, and But
How old?
Oh, I don't know. I was born in 1959.
Wow, you really are old. How are you even alive?
I can't even tell how old I am. It's just my maths just finishes at 50. Anyway, I like these kids, and I kind of agree with them. But a little anecdote that I might have shared with you ages ago. I started to drive in 1979, and I had a little Ilman hymn.
Ilman hymn?
Ilman hymn.
Hillman Im, yes.
That's the one. That was my first car.
It's amazing how many people used to have a Hillman Im. I mean, maybe it was just the cheapest car that was available at the time, but it was. I'd like to see one again because I haven't seen one in a dog's age. Maybe because they all just fell apart after a certain period.
Well, you know. But anyway, I drove to Shoreham in Kent, which is from this part of London is approximately 30 miles. Okay, and when I got back, this is my first, I was only 16, no, I wasn't 16, I was 17, 18, something like that, 19.
Yeah, nobody
My windscreen was absolutely splattered, right, with insects.
Yeah, squirrels, insects, people, that sort of thing.
You had to, and now if you do, and I still live here, and we still go out to Shoreham, it's a lovely walk, it's a nice sort of day out. There's nothing on my windscreen. There's not a fly. You know, and I'm not a scientist, but that tells me that there's something wrong. You know.
Right. Well, if you were a scientist and therefore an expert, nobody would be remotely interested in what you have to say. So, as you are as ignorant as everybody else, then please go ahead.
But, I mean,
well, I told you this already. Scientists in Germany studied this, and they went back decades because for some reason they started, I think in the 70s, looking at the amount of insects in a certain area in fields beside the road. And they found that in the intervening period between then and now, 70% of the insects that they used to collect aren't there anymore. 70%. 70%!
No, it's terrifying. It's terrifying. Without these little critters, we're useless.
We are doomed without them. We'll be... Because all of the things that require pollination, insects do. They're very, very good at it. And we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Because without them, we'd be on turnips and swedes.
Yes, I know, and that's boring. And I try to do my little bit, you know, lavender and stuff like that, and leaving it, the garden a little bit wild and stuff to get the bumblebees in. But I hardly see many.
Now, when you say you're doing your bit, what you mean is you're too lazy to mow the lawn. That's it, isn't it? Oh yeah, I'm doing my bit to protect the environment.
I can't. The grass is up to my bedroom window.
Exactly.
Want to score some pot?
I'm calling the police.
But no, I don't know. These young people, they're correct, and I think it's time we broke up. Really, what do you want? Money or time, or life, or whatever it is. I don't. Money, you know. Okay, that's nice, but I'd rather have time, and I'd rather have
clean air to breathe, and rain reliably every now and again. We want things to remain the same. See, this is what's bizarre about this entire thing. People who are protesting about the possibility of massive change with the global warming or climate change, whatever you want to call it. They are conservative small c, and yet they're being beaten about the head by conservative small c people who are grumbling. And if things did change with anything, they'd be complaining. The people that are complaining most about those that want to maintain the current status quo are those that are determined to maintain the status quo on every other issue except this one. Did I explain that very well? No, not really.
Not really.
Do you want me to have another go at it?
Kind of. But people keep saying China and India if we don't do this, but I mean that is kind of it's a point, but why
it's not a point. It's a ridiculous point. Oh, other people are polluting, so forget it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think in my old age, edging into my old age, that
You've edged already. Edging. You kidding?
All right, I put my toe in the water. Old age ain't persistent. I'm telling you.
Dude, you're up to your eyebrows. Toe in the water. You need water wings.
But I don't know. I'm just trying to think.
Trying to muddle your way through. Yeah. Wake up, everybody. Time for action. All right. Thanks a lot, Steve. 0345 6060 973. Timothy said, "Did you rush out today to spend all your 1p coins?" Why would I do that? What's wrong with 1p coins? Is that the setup to a joke? Or are 1p coins now not legal tender? They must be. Do you know what that means, my glamorous assistant?
A decision was made whether or not to keep 1p's or not. It has been made, but people were spending them in the fear that they might not be.
Wow. Well, that was a pretty comprehensive answer. Not what I was expecting. It was almost robotic. So, right, I'm confused. So 1p coins are still legal tender, but people are going out and spending them anyway. Is that right? The stuff you learn on this show, it's educational, isn't it?
No.
Not really. You know there's going to be of all the things to have a shortage on this damp island, we're about to have a shortage of water. Correct. So I'll get into that in a minute. And there's a rather alarming IPCC special report. Mostly it's alarming because I'm going to have to tell you what IPCC stands for, and I think I might, my tongue might fall off. What with having already had to tell you about the fellow from the Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services. 0345 6060 973. You can text 84850, email nick@lbc.co.uk, and if you're on Twitter, it's @lbc. Friday and Saturday night at 10, Nick Abbott, LBC. Look, it's 10:30, the news headlines with Serena Farrow.
Nick Abbott on LBC. Call 0345 6060 973.
Now everybody's happy.
Literally nobody's happy. 0345 6060 973. Just stepped all over a Nick Ferrari trail.
Warning! Warning!
Bad news. Sorry about that, Nick. It'll never happen again. Unless it does. Ron says it won't be long before all cars will be completely banned from entering London. Come on, Sadiq, get it on. He's not going to get it on. That's never going to happen. It'll be upsetting too many people. That's one of the problems with democracy. I mean, I know it's what we have here is not really democracy, not really, but it's a little bit like it, and that's one of the problems of it. Nobody's going to do anything that is necessary if it's unpopular, and so we will continue just muddling along, hoping that it doesn't all go upside down whilst they are in charge. The human race is doomed because of short-termism. Julie says the reason for no insects on his windscreen is due to the fact that you can't drive fast enough with all the cars on the road these days. Nonsense, Julie. People are doing 50 mile an hour in a 20 zone. I know that because they're up the back of me, flashing their lights and tooting their horns. I give them one of my patented stares in response because, that'll teach them. Bromley. Hello, Adrian.
Good evening, Nick.
Adrian.
Now, I like your style and I agree with your environmental comments.
But?
Well, I went to the Octopus Circus gathering 4 times.
Did you?
Yeah, the second time I was arrested.
A repeat offender?
Well, possibly. I was taken to West End Central Police Station, my photograph and fingerprints taken. I was put in a cell for 4 hours and then released without charge. But I'll still go back and carry on with the protest. It won't stop me.
When they took your photograph, what did they tell you to do? Just, like, don't smile or wink?
I don't think I said anything. I didn't smile.
Really?
I was in this situation to
You
smile.
were being cooperative.
I was cooperative and the police were cooperative. They were excellent. I couldn't fault them, really. They were wonderful.
Right. What kind of glue are those kids using, by the way?
I've no idea. I haven't asked them. I'll try and find out for you if you like.
Well, you were getting all hugger-mugger with the kids there, weren't you? I mean, you went 4 times. You must have had a chit-chat with them. What were they talking about?
Well, I listened to the different speakers talking about the environment, whether I agree with them as I agree with you.
Did you see Emma?
I'm not sure because I can't place what she looks like.
She looks like a star. How did you not know what Emma Thompson looks like?
Oh, Emma Thompson. Sorry, I was thinking. I was confused. I know who you mean. I don't remember seeing her there. If she was there, I missed her.
Right. Well, she was there, and you missed her.
Yeah. Could be worse.
She was absolutely buried by the press for having the temerity to speak on something that was not her. What was that?
Well, isn't that terrible?
That was not her métier.
What? So what?
What?
So what? She can have respect for the environment. What's wrong with that?
Well, because she's an actress. That's why you're not supposed to say anything. If you're an actress, you get buried by people that are saying, "Well, why don't you just go back to where you came from?" You know, those people.
What a load of rubbish.
Let's not
Say
get,
what you think.
let's not get carried away, Adrian.
No, okay.
Calm down.
Okay.
You're in danger of getting arrested again.
Oh, that wouldn't worry me.
Well, it should do, because you've got a record now. That goes on your permanent record, that does.
So what? Doesn't matter.
You're a rebel and you'll never be any good.
Good. Good that I'll never be good.
Right. Okay, well, thanks a lot, Adrian. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, there was an issue with Emma Thompson, because she was an actress, and what do actresses know about anything? She should just shut up. On the other hand, Blackadder star Sir Tony Robinson last night quit the Labour Party over its, what he described as a complete bleep leadership. The actor who played Baldrick said he had left Labour after 45 years because of Brexit and anti-Semitism. He described as duplicity the party's decision not to come down fully on the side of a second referendum. A second referendum? What kind of a numpty would want a second referendum?
We should have a second referendum.
Sir Tony, has appeared in party political broadcasts for Labour and has served on its ruling National Executive Committee from 2000 to 2004. He tweeted. Tweet? I mean, come on. Is Twitter really the sort of place for grown-up conversation?
No.
No. Or to alert people of a life change? Anyway, he tweeted, "I've left the Labour Party after nearly 45 years of service at branch, constituency and NEC levels, partly because of its continued duplicity on Brexit, partly because of its anti-Semitism, but also because its leadership is complete bleep." Very bad word I can't say on the radio, but is pretty much obligatory after 9 o'clock on the television. Why you can't hear somebody say it, but you can see somebody say it, I've got no idea. Those are just the rules. Anyway, Sir Tony said, "Bye-bye," yeah, and then left. Said, "Right, that's it, I'm leaving." And this very serious news was reported as a person of great significance has spoken. Thank goodness that a personage with the gravitas of an actor has confirmed what a shower the leadership of the Labour Party is. Which, you'll remember, is in some contrast to the coverage that another actor, Emma Thompson, who supported the Pink Boat people. What she got, that actor, was a ridiculous figure of fun. Imagine an actress speaking out on an issue that's not directly associated with her craft. Why doesn't she mind her own business and get back in her bubble? Said the press. But the actor, Tony Robinson, is obviously a person of standing. His interjection on the issue that is not directly associated with his craft could not be more welcome. And I hope that the distinction between them is clear.
Negative.
Apart from one being a man and one being a woman. And the man having a go at the bearded weirdo who runs the Labour Party. Not my opinion. 0345 6060 973. Julie says, oh no, I read that. Linda says, 1p and 2p coins could have been phased out because Phil Hammond clearly has nothing better to do, eh? What is the point of a 1p coin? I mean, they're just, yuck, apart from anything else.
Disgusting.
Horrible. I mean, that 1p coin has been in a tramp's front pocket. Need I say more?
No.
And 2p coins. You can't spend a penny with a 2p coin. You'd need a dozen of them or more. We should just get rid of them. I mean, there's absolutely no point in all that copper. It just, it's a pain. It just takes up space in the ashtray in your car. And they're annoying too. I mean, something is £9.99. Even if you've got a tenner, you get a penny back. That's just really irritating. What are you going to do with it? You wouldn't bend over to pick up a penny, and you've got no end of them in all sorts of receptacles in your house. But shops don't want to get rid of them because £9.99 sounds a lot less than £10, which it isn't. Even if you realise that you are being played, it still seems like it costs a lot less. And the more a shop charges 99p on the end of anything, the less you should trust them. I think that's probably correct too. Wow, the things I'm getting right on this show so far. My average up to this moment is
testing something out.
Lewisham. Hello, Patrick.
Because I think there might be a portal down there, like, you know, one of those unfinished ones.
Down where?
In the Nether, and it's like right next to the.
Anyway, you look at it, it's been very, very, very effective.
It's on lava level, but it's like right next to the Blue Forest biome.
Is that the one that I said about?
No, because your one was not right next to it. I went to it, and yeah, it was not right next to it.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, this is the most pressing issue of our time.
Well, if 6 degrees doesn't sound that great, but if the planet does warm up by 6 degrees, I think that's it. It's over, isn't it?
Oh, it's over long before that.
Oh, is it? Right.
These feedback loops coming in, so you get the permafrost melting in the Arctic up to 2 degrees, all the methane coming up through that. It's generally accepted at 2 degrees is when the feedback loops start coming in. So,
and I think we're up to 1.4 at the moment, something like that.
Yeah, so exactly. So we need very, very urgent action, and the only way we can kind of get that is if these people are blocking the traffic and doing all that.
Well, if people just keep going on and on and on about it, and because the moment that people stop protesting, that is the very second at which people stop thinking about it, and they just assume that somebody else is going to deal with it, or no bad thing will ever happen. It's hard to imagine something bad happening that isn't happening to you at this minute. Just as it's hard to imagine it snows when it's baking hot outside, for instance, but it does.
Yeah, well, we're not wired that way, are we, really? But that's different.
We're wired for our short-term gratification, you know, like a baby. That's the way we're wired. Short-termism is what it's going to do for the human race. We just will not do something now that is going to benefit us in the future. That's just not who we are.
Yeah, well, if you look at, there is time about civilizations, and if you look at Easter Island, for example, Easter Island, they basically made themselves extinct because they just couldn't plan for the future. They used up all their resources. Seeing a pretty similar thing here, I think.
Yeah, they used up all their resources on building statues of themselves. Yeah, which is they were making selfies.
Yeah, and
it is.
Electronic egg timers that you put in the fridge that tells you when your eggs
under the lava.
You know,
wow, I would like one of those. They have an electronic egg timer that tells you when your egg's gone off in the fridge.
It's like an egg tray. It tells you, gives you like a notification when your eggs are starting to go bad or something.
How does it know?
No idea, but George Monbiot mentioned it. It was hilarious, wasn't it? But you mentioned Trump. I wanted to just say that Trump's a problem, but Bolsonaro is a real problem, I think, because they actually done a study where they calculated how much carbon equivalent his deforestation would kind of bring, and they estimated it was about one China, one USA for a year. That's the amount of carbon that's going to be basically released.
Yeah, they've got a lot of trees in Brazil, and we need all of them. But the problem with countries that are just climbing up to, or trying to climb up to the level of the first world, is they see what we've got, you know, and Americans in particular, how wasteful America is with their walk-in fridges and their cars the size of buses. And they want that too, and it's a bit hard for us in the first world to tell those in the third and the second world
Can't remember how that trick works.
They should cut down a bit for the benefit of, well, us.
Yeah, I know, but you you like to think there's a way they can develop
not
without
sure.
cutting down the Amazon.
It would be nice, yeah, because when it's gone, we'll miss it. All right, thanks a lot, Patrick. Fingers crossed.
What the hell?
0345 606097. Of course, we could always have wind power.
I know a lot about wind. I know a lot about wind.
Yeah. At least that's what that's the reason why Melania sleeps in another bedroom.
I don't care.
0345 60609773. You can text 84850. Email nick@lbc.co.uk. And if you're on Twitter, it's @LBC.
LBC. Nick Abbott on LBC. Call 0345 6060 973.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No!
Catherine in Chingford says, have you done the weather, Nick? I missed the start and would like to know what the weather in Glasgow is like. Well, one moment while I look it up for you, caller. Oh, blimey. God, it's freezing outside. I mean, almost, literally. It's going down to 39 degrees Fahrenheit. I've got no idea what that is. I'm going to have to change my settings to centigrade. Because when it gets down to a certain temperature, you've got to go centigrade, otherwise it doesn't... 4 degrees! 4 degrees! What? Good grief. Summer's over. And then, this is in London. 4 degrees tonight. Good grief. Glasgow, meanwhile, 3 degrees. Cloudy tomorrow, and cloudy on Monday, and cloudy on Tuesday, and cloudy on Wednesday, and cloudy on Thursday, with rain, cloudy on Friday, cloudy on Saturday, and cloudy on Sunday, and cloudy on Monday, and cloudy on Tuesday, and cloudy on Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday. You don't like the sun in Glasgow, do you?
No.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't recognise it if it was out. And it's cold. What rubbish! This is awful. And that, by the way, is all the way to the 17th of this month. Cloudy every single day. Not much rain though. Not much rain anywhere. Ooh, in London, meanwhile, it's going to go up to 19 by the middle of the month, or so it says here. Hey, you know, there's bad news about weather forecasting. They're not going to be able to do it anymore. I'm not making that up. That's actually true. I'll go back to Fahrenheit and we'll see what it is. Oh, it's 66. Meh. Yeah, they're not going to be able to do weather forecasting because of telephones.
Oh, no.
Yes. I'll come to that in a minute. Patrick in Guildford says, what's all this guff about Marks and Spencer's LGBT sandwiches? You are. He said, did anyone even think to ask the pigs, the lettuces, and all those hapless tomatoes if they wanted to get under the bread covers with the guacamole? See, oh, no, I can't read that. Why are you putting up stuff I can't read? Are you trying to lure me into a trap? I think we've got a mole on the show. So I had to look this up. I'd had no idea. You know, I'm just drifting along in my own little bubble. And there apparently is a Marks and Spencer's lesbian sandwich. Did you know that?
No.
Marks and Spencer's has launched a limited edition LGBT sandwich for Pride season. I had no idea there was a Pride season. There's a season? Taking a classic BLT, bacon, lettuce and tomato, and adding guacamole. Guacamole D. And moving around the letters BLT and G. So it's like an anagram. LGBT. Lettuce, guacamole, bacon, tomato. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Doesn't that sound nice? It costs £3. And it comes in a rainbow flagged box, which will be sold throughout the summer. Pride festivals take place between May and August. That's a bit of a stretch of the calendar, ain't it? It says BLT is one of our most loved sandwiches, and we're really excited to give it a delicious twist. Excited? Oh, come on, that's stretching it a bit, isn't it? Excited about a sandwich? As in you're thrilled, running around, gripping yourself, you're so beyond excited. Right. So I've got no idea, mate. Mike in Greenford says the reason Emma Thompson was criticised over her environment speech was that she flew 6,000 miles to give it. Bit embarrassing, that, says Mike. No, that's not the reason why. She could have walked 600 metres to give it. She would have still got it in the neck, because newspapers don't like actresses particularly, but actors in general, sticking their oar in. unless they agree with them. In which case, it's, oh, thank goodness that somebody with the gravitas of an actor has spoken. Chris says, why are the media still endlessly going on about this issue? Mankind's arrogance is astounding to believe that we can affect nature. Nature will overcome this problem, as it has done for millennia. Yes, Chris, you idiot. We're not concerned about nature. Nature's going to be just fine. It's our position in the nature that's the problem. Have you not got that yet? Good. This whole save the world thing, the world's not going to explode. It's our place on it that's in danger. How stupid are people? Sitting there stewing in his ignorance to the point that he wants to share it with the world without just pausing and thinking about it for 1 minute. Why are the media still endlessly going on about this issue? Because it affects us all, Chris. When the water's pouring in through your front door and your sofa's floating out your back door, then you'll understand why. That argument that, oh, well, there's nothing to be concerned about, the Earth is going to correct itself and it will carry on as before, no problem. Yeah, it will, but we won't. It's staggering. I blame the education system. Actually, I blame people. It's people's willful ignorance. I keep going on about this. Being ignorant is one thing, but being willfully ignorant, insisting on not learning anything, is inexcusable in anybody over the age of, what shall we say, 5? I mean, you can remember being at school and being a swot was something you didn't want to be, because that carved you out as somebody who was, you know, the potential for bullying. You didn't want to put your head above the parapet. You didn't want to be different in any way, shape or form, and you certainly didn't want to look like you were trying. I mean, if it looked like you were actually paying attention, then you were in for a big trouble at playtime, right? And so everybody adopted an air of casual insouciance. I'm not bothered, don't care. And you started, you know, flicking spit bombs at each other, whatever it was that, you know, floated your boat at the time. But to continue that in adulthood, I mean, that's a bit, well, I mean, is there another word than stupid?
No.
It's a little bit stupid. But thanks for sharing your stupidity with us. Wolfgang says, never mind the loss of 70% of insects in a few decades. Since I came to the UK, more than half of sterling has lost 90% of its value against the Swiss franc. More than half of sterling. Is this a maths quiz? More than half of sterling has lost 90% of its value against the Swiss franc. That makes no sense, I'm guessing. Does that make no sense? Yeah, I think that's about right. That makes no sense. More than half of sterling has lost 90% of its value against the Swiss franc. Nope, I don't get it. I mean, sterling has gone down, yeah, but the more I was just mystified. Are you trying to confuse me? Tony says, what is absolutely ridiculous is the fact that aviation fuel is not taxed. How is that possible? Says Tony. Lobbying, I would imagine. Vast amounts of money pouring all over politicians to make sure they do the right thing by that business. No idea. Adrian says, I thought 9.99 was brought at, £9.99 perhaps, was brought about to prove that a transaction has taken place, forcing the need to open the till. If it was £10, someone could pocket the cash, as they wouldn't need to open the till. Not sure if that's true. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and assume that that's not true. I mean, if that was a problem, then people who had evil intent on their mind would just walk around with a supply of pennies, wouldn't they? Problem solved. Hey, I must be some kind of criminal mastermind. I've just worked that one out. What else have you got? Paul says, Nick, no way should 1p and 2p coins be taken out of circulation. Price rises in shops would be by a minimum of 5p instead of 1 or 2 pence. There's no end to it either. It wouldn't be much longer before they wanted to get shut of the 5p. Bad idea all round, I think. Shot at the 5p, maybe. It's not. It's not a bad idea. We definitely need to get rid of the copper. It doesn't serve any purpose. Particularly now, as people aren't using cash anymore. And, by the way, you'll miss cash when it's gone. A lot. All that stuff, where you just wave your card and you've bought something, doesn't feel like you're spending any money. And their little scheme is to make you think that you're not spending any money. So you just spend and spend and spend and spend and spend. And the amount you spend just keeps racking up and attracting interest at the rate of 30% a year. How do they have the nerve to get away with it? I do not know. Because we're allowing them to. That's how. Nick Abbott, LBC.
On your radio, on Global Player, and
Play LBC.
leading Britain's conversation. This is LBC. Leading Britain's conversation with Nick Abbott.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm freezing, thanks for asking. 0345 6060 973. You can text 84850, email nicka@lbc.co.uk. And if you're on Twitter, it's @LBC. Guess what we're about to run out of? That's right, water. Industry regulator Ofwat is warning that we may have... Hey, I've just got that. Ofwat. What as in water? I can't believe that. That's really embarrassing. I've only just got that. Ofwat. Water, that's what. I feel so stupid. Industry regulator Ofwat is warning that we may have to stop using tap water on the garden and take short showers like we're in a 1950s bed and breakfast. Ofwat, as in off. They're warning that we may use the way we... What? Shh. Pay attention. Ofwat is warning the way we use water needs to change. Can they use fewer W's? You try it. The way we use water needs to change. Gosh, my lips are aching from the workout. It's published a draft strategy to protect supplies in the face of climate change and the rising population. The thing about the population going up is that we can't afford not to have it go up. We're in a dilemma. What we need is like a virus to wipe out vast amounts of the population at all ages, but particularly the oldsters. Because if we have fewer young people, if we try to limit the amount of population by limiting the amount of babies that people have, you know, not raw babies, because everybody loves them. I love them. Raw baby. But ordinary people's babies, then we won't have enough young people to take care of the old people. So we either need some sort of virus to sweep through the human race, or an orange numpty could declare a war.
I'll bring us into war.
One of the two.
He said that a year ago.
So anyway, there's
You haven't been
far
listening, have you?
more of us, and we are wasting
What did
water.
he say?
He said about the orange
Ofwat
person.
has published a draft strategy to protect supplies.
Nope.
It wants dramatic changes in how people use water, a 50% reduction in leaks from the mains, and new reservoirs and pipelines to transport water to areas in need, which is going to be everywhere. I mean, you can remember what you can remember. I'll try that again. You can remember what it was like last year, can't you?
Yes.
Very, very dry. I must have used a lake on the back of my garden. Well, you know, you spend all that money on plants. You just want to stand there and watch them die because lack of water. So that's right, I'm not doing my bit. The average person uses about 140 litres a day. But government experts believe that needs to fall to about 100 litres by 2050, and then 70 litres, as in half. But by that time, we'll be showering under whatever we can produce in spit. Ofwat Hogwarts says our water consumption per head remains one of the highest in Europe. Why is it that we always seem to top these bad lists? Drunkenness, alcoholic intake, drug taking,
Want to score some pot?
teenage pregnancy, knife crime, all the bad things that we seem to be the worst at. What's up with that? This is not how we see ourselves. That's how the world sees us. It's there in black and white. It's just statistics. Hogwarts says the challenges facing the industry, such as climate change and population growth, involve long-term trends. Their full impact will not be felt for the next 5 to 10 years, but if we don't take action to get ahead of those trends, we will run out of time to find sustainable, affordable solutions.
Yeah.
Well, now, see, I thought this was an emergency.
You good?
The impact won't be felt for 5 to 10 years.
What realm are you in?
Well, get back to us in 20 years, and maybe then we'll do something about it.
What realm are you in?
I'm in a creative version of the Hogwarts realm because I'm just testing something out before I potentially plummet to my death.
Get a low flush toilet. Take short showers, not deep baths.
And what would that be that you're testing out?
Only use your dishwasher when it's full.
What are you testing out?
Jumping down to reach a nether portal, which is naturally generated in the nether, which is right next to a biome I'm trying to get to.
We'd rather die.
Did we need coal?
We've had a spectacular afternoon in the arcades on the seafront.
Well, it certainly comes in handy when cooking and smelting and whatnot, so yeah, the coal is always handy.
Leave our copper coinage and slotting fun alone.
I'm trying to look at gathering it for jack shit.
No.
Speaking of which, I had to kill it. And I had to kill an Enderman.
You see one of those and you think, oh, all that coinage, the weight that's hanging over the edge, cantilevered.
You fucking crackhead.
What it needs is one little coin, and we'll be millionaires. And you put the coin in, and it just seems to swallow it up.
Oh, I also have plenty of flint.
How is that possible? Karen says, I know this is not relevant to your present topics. Topics?
Sorry, no, what did it say?
Said I got plenty of flint.
Oh, flint. Oh, okay.
I wonder how Nick Abbott's getting on with his new mattress. So can we have an update? Because apparently...
Yeah, I got plenty of that.
No, it's very comfortable. It just smells a lot of, well, exactly the same sort of glue that the kids are using to seal themselves to buildings. Something very, very poisonous is escaping from my mattress, and it's probably killing me. But at least I'm
what have you been up to today?
Not much. Got up, care away stuff, blah blah blah, and just figuring stuff out on here now.
Touchscreen technology is not something
I want to show you my mind whenever you get a chance.
Yes,
hello. Okay.
I've been waiting for you. Hello.
You've been waiting? Yes.
Look,
That's the one from the soundbite.
Oh, iron.
Hello, I've been waiting for you. Die, piggy. Right. Kirsty.
Keep finding
Why
so
is there
much
no
coal.
sun or clouds on here?
No sun or clouds.
I've just noticed it.
What time of day is it?
Daytime.
Where at?
Daytime.
I don't know.
Because it's sort of getting to night.
Fuck off, Madeline.
I was like, I'll see how far the sun's down. And there's no sun.
Hold on. Is she in Hogwarts?
Are you in Hogwarts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go look, see if I can see it.
What?
I'm coming. Let me come out of the depths of my mind and I'll be there. I'm working on it. I'm halfway there.
Oh, that does work.
We're getting there.
Neat.
Oh, I see it. The sun's setting.
Oh, the sun's setting. That's why apparently.
It's setting on my side over here. I'm looking at it.
It's
there's
just
plenty of clouds.
setting, and she can see clouds.
I can't.
Yeah, it's turning night now.
Well, is that going to be a problem?
I just don't like it.
You just don't like it. Okay, so that's not a problem. You just don't. I just want to make sure.
Well, I want it to be pretty.
Oh, I found the you know the underwater during the Trial Wizard tournament when they had to do the underwater thing. I'm sorry, I don't have a bed, by the way, but
the underwater thing.
Oh, I'm guessing Emily's in it.
Yeah, where like they had the people chained up in the bottom and like they had to go retrieve them in the Trial Wizard tournament.
Oh yeah. That.
I found it.
I didn't realise that was there in the map.
It is. I got cursed as soon as I got too close to it, but yeah, I found it.
Did you write down the coordinates?
I'm right next to it. It's right near my mind, so I can go to it anytime and write down the coordinates.
Apparently, they're the bit in the map where.
So let's talk about the fact.
You know the one where they have to go underwater in the Goblet of Fire challenge, where they get people that are tied up. Apparently, that exist in this world.
Take it she hasn't got a bed.
So I had shielded off my I closed up my mine or whatever, right? And still somehow beings managed to get in, and I don't know how. Like a whole fucking creeper got in there. Enderman got in there, and I had to kill him. I don't know how I killed him. I mean, but anyway. So yeah. What is that? The zombie. I killed a baby zombie, and I felt bad about it, but then I didn't. I'm sorry that I don't have a bed. But you see what happened was.
Why don't you go kill some sheep, make some wood, and make yourself a bed?
I'm gonna go find some sheep. Because I didn't really know how to, but now I was like, how do I get wool? Oh, you kill sheep.
You kill sheep, or if you make yourself a pair of shears, which I believe you make just using iron ingots.
Come to me because I have loads of bed.
Or go to Kirsty because she had loads of beds.
Well, if you give me about 10 minutes, I'll make my way back. That's how long it's gonna take me to get there.
Oh, Kirsty.
I practically always carry a boot.
Kirsty, how many slime balls do you have?
Quite a lot.
Do you have 18 at least?
Yeah.
Okay, can I have them?
Oh fuck. Creeper, go the fuck away, dude. Why are y'all chasing me? What did I do to you?
At the village.
Well, don't worry, I don't need them like immediately. It's just nice to know that there's something I'm going to work on. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a platform just above. And I'm going to jump down, but quickly put the slime blocks down, and then it'll be a safe jump.
Turn around, fool.
Oh yeah, I got 37 in my chest in my house.
Yeah, fight each other.
Not bad, not bad. Now you.
Right, is Emily coming to me or trying to make a bed?
Am I going in the right direction? I am now.
Are you on your way to Kirsty's now? Yeah, she's on her way now.
Oh, it don't matter now because you're on the thing.
It's gonna take me a minute to get there, but I'll get there.
Oh,
I swear to God,
when she's there, when she gets
me?
to bed, I'll just quickly exit. It doesn't matter. Yeah, there's definitely an end pool.
No, my boat.
Oh,
Why are you gonna leave, dog?
because I'm in the Nether, and when one person wants to sleep, everyone has to sleep because it advances time, and you can't sleep in the Nether.
I'm sorry.
So when I've been in the Nether, it's just easier for me to just quickly exit, wait like 5 seconds, and then come back in. Yay! I'm at the Blue Forest. I know it's got a name. Is it?
No.
Warped.
I've never been in the Nether for that long. I got killed almost immediately as I was in there.
Yeah. That what you just said? Warped Forest.
I think so.
Yeah, and then the red.
The crimson one.
Crimson Wart Forest, yeah. I know. You know, I think you're right, actually, yeah, Crimson Wart. Well, I have met... Oh,
I'm hungry.
I know what I'm going to need. Yeah, you don't happen to be growing any pumpkins, do you, Kirsty?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God for that. I'm going to need a pumpkin.
You gotta put a pumpkin on your head to kill things?
Yep. Oh, that means
Yeah.
I'm going to need to create something else.
I managed to kill the Enderman.
I've got a gold helmet, and I know there are pig. Yep, there's those there, and there's those other pig things as well.
So.
Fun.
I didn't realize you had to use that to kill an Enderman, and I didn't use one. Oh, you did.
No. Oh
what
shit!
Happened?
I literally just see one of those zombie pigmen thing. Just walked off and just went straight into the lava. Just see it out of the corner of my eye, like
that.
Oh shit!
Oop. That's something I would do, not a pig. So, like, is that place like a play on Hell, or like
what?
Is that place like a play on like Hell and demons and stuff, or what?
What, the Nether?
Yeah.
Well, it's just meant to be like what's under. It's like a representation of what's under the overworld. So, like, you know, if we were, hold on. Anil Dogan 81P4619 just followed. Thank you for the follow, Anil Dogan 81P4619. Hey. Got to be PC these days. But just imagine if you were to dig down to the earth through like the first few layers of the earth's crust and whatnot, you'd eventually reach lava and whatnot. That it's just sort of a visual representation of that.
So yes, basically.
What's wrong? Hold on, Em.
That's
What's wrong,
basically
Kirsty?
I hear
Yeah, I know. I heard it as well. What's that? She's just gone, eh?
Well, I thought you needed wood planks to make a fire, but apparently it's stripped oak log.
What?
Or stripped log. What the fuck?
What, are you trying to make a campfire?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
I honestly woun't know because I haven't made one in ages.
Well, I made one, but I swear it was just normal planks.
Do you need flint or whatever?
No, listen, I can't.
I don't need any flint at the moment. Do you need any flint, honey?
Do I need it?
Yeah, do you need any flint randomly?
I could probably do with it when I make arrows and shit.
Yeah, Kirsty says she could do with some for when she makes arrows.
When I come back the second time, since I'm already halfway to where she is, I will bring her my buttload of flint.
Oh, hello. Oh, damn it.
Because I have an assload of it.
By the time Emily gets it, it's going to be morning.
I also have plenty of coal, iron, and I found some diamonds randomly the other day, but I already used them to make new pickaxes, so yeah.
Damn
it. I'm sorry.
Oh look, it's morning.
Are you okay with that?
Yep.
I'm trying to mine shit for us so we don't have to. Yeah. That's my contribution to this world. I shall stay under the world. Shall mine for you peeps. I messed up. Jump. Jump.
Oh, fucking hell, it's you.
Ask Kirsty how high she was today at work.
Yeah, she's already told me about that. She's already told me.
He's like, I'm high as a kite. Like, damn, today was fun, even with the arsehole customer.
Yeah, legit. Emily just said, ask Kirsty how high she was at work today.
I wasn't high. Fuck off.
Apparently you were as high as a kite dealing with arsehole customers. So says Emily.
Liar.
Apparently you're lying. I don't appreciate people lying
Bullshit,
about my
bitch.
girlfriend. Thanks very much. So if you could like refrain, otherwise I will have
should
to
I kill
fart
the
in your
slime
general direction like this.
The slime blob.
You're fucking disgusting.
The slime blob multiplied and I'm scared. Okay,
That's
why?
better.
Why did you multiply? Y'all are tiny now, go away! I have multiple slime balls, does anybody want them?
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Oh, and we have made it. Oh shit.
If I hit a honey dude, no.
Fuck that. I'm going back.
What'd you say?
So if you hit a honey doo 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 doo.
A thingamajig.
A thingy-majig.
Words!
I'm so confused right now.
I'll give you a minute. Do you want some motivation? Look, hear the starburst. Yes!
What is she trying to do?
I don't know. She's just going, if I hit a honey...
the thing the bees come out of.
Hey, why is there so many fences over here? Just curious. Is that Hagrid's? Oh, it's Hagrid's hut!
No!
Oh yeah.
What's going on?
Beehive!
Like
That's why.
Hey! Beehive! Well done!
I hit that with a, oh, fuck's sake.
Glass bottle.
No.
Sword.
I found Hagrid's hut.
Silk touch, shovel, spade.
It's dark as fuck in
Then
here.
I'll be able to pick it up with the bees, won't I?
I'm adding some candles. I don't have any
I
candles.
think so, yeah. Oh yeah, because there's
Okay,
an achievement for
has
that.
a-
There's an achievement for...
No!
I don't know what's going on back there. So.
Well, you know, right, so with bees,
She sounds like
you meant
she's
to
doing
put
some
fire
inappropriate shit.
Hold on, ladies, one at a time. Shut up, hold on. Kirsty.
When you put a fire under a beehive,
Uh-huh.
it makes them like docile,
Yeah.
and you can collect the honey without them attacking you.
Yeah.
But it should make them stay in the beehive. For some reason it didn't. They come out and one of them caught on fire and died.
What, did you put it directly underneath?
Well, yeah, because that's what you meant to.
Well, the smoke will travel up a little bit, so you probably don't need to put it directly. You could probably like dig down a bit and put it
Well,
a little.
yeah, but you know what I mean.
Oh, she's killing bees, basically.
I'm not.
She's gonna do that.
I'm not doing that.
Sam, you know all those bees you fucking disturbed.
Bees.
In Dumbledore's grave.
Be disturbed.
Oh, fuck off.
Be disturbed.
Anyway, they're all around the island and shit. And I picked up all the shit you dropped so long ago.
Oh no, that wasn't the stuff I dropped. Okay, that is Dumbledore's grave. Okay, that's Dumbledore's grave island. Now, originally, what I did, when I was converting the world from Java to Bedrock, for a laugh, I dug underneath Dumbledore's grave and I put in like hundreds of beads, and then I closed it off. And I got some people in after I transferred it over. I got some people in, and I smashed it open, and I ran, and they were like, "What's all that buzzing?" Turned around, it's just bees everywhere. Oh, I can't remember what stream. I know it was a Minecraft stream. Oh yeah, but I can't remember which one.
I don't know, but I was watching it. I watched you do it.
She's still coming for this bed.
Not to mention, there's tons of bees around the island now. By the way, you can I accidentally brought one to the mainland with me because he got stuck in my boat somehow. But
Hold on, Kirsty. What did you say?
I said, is she still coming for this bed, or is she going?
Are you still on your way to Kirsty's?
Ah yes. Do you want the coordinates for Hagrid's hut?
No, it's okay. I know where it is. I know how to get there.
Okay, it's dusty as fuck in the basement, but yeah. Anyway, I'm heading to Hogwarts again. Right now, I'm at 90, 42, 1,000 and something. I'm coming.
Well, she just passed Hagrid's hut, so she can't be that far away.
I'm working on it. I'm coming.
Just take it the long way round.
I'm going the wrong way, but I'm working on it. I'm slow fuck. Holy shit. There we go. Now, I can see the gates of Hogwarts. I'm heading towards the gates of Hogwarts at this point. The frickety fright. Oh, it's flowers. The gates of Hogwarts are in sight. Jumping up the path to the gates of Hogwarts. What should I cook for dinner? Nothing over there. Now, how do I get into the gates of Hogwarts? Oh, I can't open them. Fuck me. Oh, llama. I'll just go around them. That makes sense. Oh. Following the path to Hogwarts. You're over yonder about the Quidditch pitch, right? To the left of it. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's where it all is.
Okay, well, I see the side of the castle now. I don't know why I took one out of my ass to get my thumb like down. Not how that saying goes, but I forgot. I'm entering Hogwarts. Not really, but anyway. I don't know where I'm at, so hey.
I can see someone's name. Oh, that's... Hey! No,
Probably
no,
not.
not you.
Oh, fuck you.
So...
Okay, so I'm near the fountain with Dolphin's bed.
You're near the fountain where what?
Dolphin's bed
Oh.
is...
Bed? I thought you said dead. Okay, apparently she says she's near the fountain near Dolphin's bed.
I'm at the fountain with her
Near the
bed.
bed that she nicked.
If somebody wants to come retrieve me.
Hmm?
Near the bed that she nicked.
Well, I don't know what bed that is, okay?
How am I meant to know?
The yellow bed.
The fountain near my bed.
Yeah.
I'm near her yellow bed that's by the
Near,
fountain.
near the
Okay,
yellow
that's where
bed
I'm
near
at.
the fountain.
I was at the one where I come and saved her from the other day.
Is that the one where she comes save you from the other day?
Yes, I need you to come save me again. And I need her to come save me again because I don't know where the fuck to go now. I mean, I do, but like, I'm turned around, so I don't know where the frickety frick. I need to eat something.
Oh, okay, I see another name now.
Yeah, it's me. I'm not moving, but it's probably me.
This way.
I'm gonna go this way. Oh, hello. What? There's a walk-in right the fuck over here, Simon. Cracking.
Oh, this is cool. I think I've been here before.
Okay.
Thank you. I love how we're all in diamonds armor and only me and Simon are fucking missing.
Oh
our
no, I've
helmets.
got a gold helmet on for a reason. That's selective choice.
I'm missing my helmet.
Jesus Christ.
I got blown up by 2 creepers and I'm missing my helmet.
What?
No, all those random chests with cobbled with
It's gone.
things back there.
Carrots.
So, where them pumpkins at?
If they've grown,
Oh, vines. No, that's bamboo.
they haven't, so they'll be at my
Tree.
village.
I don't know where Madeline put your horse, by the way.
That's in there already.
She refuses to tell me.
Oh, can I take those slime?
Yeah.
Here, Simon, I got slime for you. Come take it. I really brought it back for
Just one.
I'll give you 2 just in case. Then.
Here. Same.
I haven't got any doodle cutter things though.
Oh no shit. Okay, no, I think I've got
I don't
some.
have any. I have iron somewhere, but I'm not sure where.
Do you have? Hold on, Emily. Do you have iron on you?
You've dropped slime balls behind.
Oh.
No, but you can come with me and retrieve it with me.
How long is it going to take to get there?
It's, about 5 minutes.
Too long.
I mean, I know the route. I can get it for you right quick. If I could have a horse, it'd be easier. But Madeline still stashed that one somewhere.
Alright. I think I have some iron back at home.
I'm gonna go retrieve my iron flint and all that and bring it back up here. Do I have iron on me? I have 1 iron on me.
I can't remember how many it takes. Do you remember how many it takes to create a pair of shears, Kirsty?
I honestly can't remember.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty much back at the courtyard now.
I got a leather cap. I got a leather cap that's been enchanted with thorns 1.
Pumpkin pie. You need pumpkin, sugar, and an egg.
I'm not making any salmon.
No, you can make a pumpkin pie in Minecraft.
You need a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Seriously?
You can make pumpkin pie in Minecraft. You need, hold on. You need 1 pumpkin, 1 piece of sugar, and 1 egg, and then you can make a pumpkin pie. Nice. Okay, that's that done. Iron. Okay, that's 1 bit of iron there.
Who the fuck shot me? Do I have another freaking axe? Yes, I do. Okay.
Oh, good. Iron there. Right, okay.
Y'all know where the maze is at, correct?
Yeah, we got those coordinates written down. Do.
Okay, because I climb over it every time I go to my location. I literally just scale the side of it.
Huh? Okay. Random.
Well, I should take everybody's equipment one day and just throw us all in the maze.
Oh, there we go. Oh. Pardon me.
I can't hear my Minecraft. You are too loud though.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get some lava. That's why I had those buckets. I'm like, why have I got buckets with me?
Ah, you dick.
No,
I was just wondering why I had buckets on me, and I'm like, oh yeah. Excuse me.
I use so like I'll find lava and I'll use it as natural light. Yeah. When I mine. Oh, I almost flooded my entire fucking system because I accidentally mined too high. No, seriously, it started floating me away. I was like, no. It took away my light, so it was like pitch fucking black.
Yeah.
Where am I going? That way.
Oh, you dick.
There's the maze, I think.
What did you do? Kirsty, what did you do?
Did she say flying dick or what?
I can't quite remember.
I'm trying to see through the dark because no one will fucking sleep. I'm trying to take some pigs down to my village.
What'd she say?
Well, we can sleep if you need us to, because I'm near a bed. Hold on.
I'm already on the way.
Would you like us
to? Yeah. It would be beneficial right now if we could all sleep. I just need to run upstairs and outside into the courtyard, which is just on the opposite side.
So somebody took a shit on the side of my cup.
My bed is just on the left. Okay, who's been chopping down trees and not replanting them?
Not me. I wonder who it is.
I don't think I have.
Well, someone has been chopping down trees and not replanting them.
So I do always make sure I have the seeds and replant them.
I thought you were near your bed.
Who's not sleeping?
We're all sleeping. Oh, I was the last person to sleep.
Then why is it? Oh, there it went.
I was still on my way there.
Oh, you dicks.
I'm picking up my bed.
What's wrong?
What is she
saying? Oh,
saying?
you dick.
Okay, I can think she says flying dicks, and I'm like, interesting.
Okay, apparently it sounds like you're saying flying dick. It sounds like you're saying flying dick. You've been having funny dreams again.
And it's rather confusing. Again?
Alright, how do I make one of these? A crying obsidian?
Why do you want crying obsidian?
No, because I want to make a respawn anchor.
Aye. You can find crying obsidian
what?
in the Nether though.
Yeah, if I find a broken portal.
No, I found crying obsidian.
I now
finding a broken portal.
I'm climbing across.
Oh, okay, Emily. Right, you know the Nether. Basically, to get to the Nether, you use materials called obsidian to create a portal.
What?
And there's another kind of block. It's called crying obsidian, and you can make a respawn point. So if you die in the Nether, you don't get sent back to the overworld. You just respawn.
Lose all your shit.
Yeah, you sort of respawn. So I want to make one of those.
I'm pretty sure I found it in a piglin, whatever it's called. You know, they're like houses, whatever it is.
Piglin, that's in the Nether. Yeah. Oh, okay. I haven't found any of those in the Nether yet.
What?
Let's see if I can search this. Can I make it, or is it only...
I thought Endermen were supposed to be really hard to kill.
Actually, I went to one.
By the way.
No, they're not that difficult to kill. Huh?
Like, I've had to have like a pumpkin head and everything on. Okay, so this was the funniest thing. So I was just like watching. I watched him walk in, right? Then I turned and ran. And then like I just walked. He picked up a block and started walking around with it, and it was funny.
Oh yeah, that's what Endermen do. They steal blocks.
It was just a block I had randomly mined. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know that. I thought they were just evil beings.
Oh no, they just like to pick up blocks.
With no purpose in life.
It's not all blocks, it's like certain types. I can't remember. I know they don't pick up stone, that's for sure. I do remember that much.
He was carrying a stone block though. Pretty sure it was stone. If it wasn't, it was adamite. Speaking of which, do y'all need adamite? I don't know what it's used for.
Nope, I don't.
If I eat raw pork, will it make me sick?
I don't think so, I'm not sure. Have to try it and find out.
Well, you're about to find out because I ain't got nothing cooked. Nope, it doesn't make me sick.
I think it's just a case it'll be okay, it's just you'll get more health benefits if it's cooked. Yeah, you'll get more health from it if it was cooked. It's just, oh shit, that's enough, okay.
I need to kill more things so I can fucking get more food because
okay, well, let's take that with me.
I'm trying to get in my mind and I'm gonna leave and go do chores. Ugh.
I'm gonna go out for a fun.
What can you mine for in the Nether?
Okay. Oh, the diamond helmet's in the box. I need gold.
Did you see what I put in your box?
Which one? Oh, the one that says
your box. It says Simon's.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, sweet.
I don't know if you need any of it, so I was like, let me yeet this in there so nobody else will take it. And now I have like 3 big chests in my thing so I can store shit.
What's wrong?
It's fucking freezing again.
Where's a little? Is there a little hat around?
It's her feet that are cold as well because it's fucking
What?
freezing there. She's used to being in my room with the heater on like most of the time.
She good?
Coco's quite cold.
I'm cold as well.
I'm about to die.
Gold.
I have no food.
Always believe in your ball. I need more fucking gold. I know I've got gold here somewhere. Give it a gold. Spat up, biddy bid up.
I need to find food. Okay, so I'm dying at 200. 200, 108, 1939.
You say you're dying? Why are you dying?
Yeah. I'm out of food.
Why didn't you get something from like the...
I'm at half a heart
why
now.
didn't you get something from the... Stop running, just walk. What?
I'm not moving, period.
Okay. Why didn't you get something from the fucking Hogwarts when we were here? We've got like so much food here.
So I was out of food. I didn't realize I was out of food, bro. Oh, what's this? Can I eat sugar canes? Can I eat rotten flesh? Yes. Just make me sick.
Oh, come on, give me some gold. Give me some gold. Really? Oh, man.
I'm now sick, but I'm fed.
Is that gold? Oh no, it's iron. Oh.
Yeah, all the stuff I put in there's iron. Iron belly, I unlocked that achievement. What'd you say that for?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I need some gold.
Okay, I have found a duck. You're gonna die today, bud. You gave me no fucking food. Okay, I found a cow. I got a cow.
I have a cow.
I got another cow. Give me flesh. Oh look, another fucking chicken. With no food. Come here, little bitch. Chicken. Got some seeds. Cow. Stop mooing angrily at me. I now have 13 pieces of beef. I just need to cook it anyway. Alright, well, I'm gonna go do chores, of course. I'll touch on a bit, maybe.
Okie dokie. Sir? Hello? Hello to you too. Oh, that hurt my lips.
upgrading your Coco.
Jeez.
Good girl.
You know that obsidian on the floor level?
There you go, sweetheart. She might be a bit warmer now. Good job.
I was talking to you, by the way.
Huh?
I said I was talking to you.
Well, how am I meant to know? What are you saying?
I said, remember that obsidian on the floor where the portal was?
Yeah.
I got down to it.
Oh. Cool. Fuck it out, my nose is so cold.
Ah, there we go. Awesome. Bing! So when I've figured out, because I've got passage down there, but I haven't quite figured out how I'm gonna do what I did before in terms of if I had one fire resistant potion 3 minutes, I might be able to do it.
Simon.
What?
Come on.
Hold on. What?
Do you not remember what I told you before?
No.
I have special apples.
Oh. I'm trying to do stuff without using toolbox though.
Okay. You don't need toolbox for that really, but...
Yeah, well how did you acquire them?
Yeah, it's not the point.
Well it is.
Why is this not working? It's just flashing.
Oh, it says it's not connected.
We don't know.
Maybe go into Bluetooth. Just close Minecraft down, go into Bluetooth settings and see what's up. Oh, where the fuck am I? Oh, right, I'm at the bottom now. Okay. Don't need to wear that anymore. Right, so that's passage down there. We've got... Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, so let's pass it down there. That's up there. Right, let's take things back and then actually, I'm going to quickly leave because I want to show you that thing from earlier. That made me fucking laugh. There we go. Mm-hmm. When it happened, it's when I was facing that way and it's on the right hand side. Oh, that was funny. What's up?
My nose is cold.
Yeah, no. Oh, I don't know what to suggest about that.
fucking cold in here.
Well, should we put the heating back on? Because my face is not actually that well. I'm not actually that warm anymore.
If you're alright to have it back on, then that'd be
Oh
lovely.
yeah, it's just before I was like, ooh, you know when your head gets warm to the point where you can't really concentrate. That's how it was before.
Does this need to be moved up?
Huh?
Does this need to be moved up?
Up?
The duvet, does it need to be, do I need to move it up?
Well, no, I can just move this over here a little bit. Okay. And it is not in front. Yep. There we go.
I put that blanket on your head so you get warm. No.
Ugh. I can't find where my fucking stopwatch is because I keep wanting to use that for cooking. That's it. That's how I'm done with it.
No.
Oh. Oh, you just joined as well?
I'm joining.
Oh, I just entered and it also said, and then it said, Dolphino for a fight, join the realm. So I don't need to wear this anymore. Oh, normal helmet. Oh, hello, hello. Oh, come on, please stay there for a second, stay there for a second. Really? Oh, fuck you. You know what? Oh, I got the gunpowder from it. Sweet. Oh, I got another thing stuck. You're probably gonna die before I get there.
Okay, it's working. The fuck? Oh.
Oh, I got a gas tier as well. Sweet. Didn't realise I actually got that. I know the stuff we can do with that, but I can't remember what. I don't need those anymore. I don't need that. Don't really need any of that. Actually, it's always handy to keep a few blocks. Huh? Oh, okay. I just need to go back and get... Oh, fucking lava. I want to get down to it. Forget about that. I don't need lava, it's just like, you know, while I'm here. I think I know where there's some anyway. Yeah, yeah. There we go. Oh, it's you.
Take it, Emily's gone if you're not talking to her.
Yes, I think she said she was getting her mum food or something.
Again?
I don't know. Maybe she didn't like actually get her food before. Maybe she was gonna do it before. I don't know.
To sells the buildings. Something very, very poisonous is escaping from my mattress, and it's probably killing me, but at least I'm getting a good night's sleep. Islington, hello Louise. Is there anybody out there? You've really got to hit this screen quite hard in order to make it work. Touchscreen technology is not something I believe will take off. Islington, hello Louise.
Yes, hello. I've been waiting for you. Hello.
You've been waiting?
Stop waiting.
Yes.
Look, I'm laughing my head off, but I have something for you to laugh about now. How many times do you think people brush their teeth during the day?
During the day?
Well, yes. Well, in 24 hours.
In a 24-hour period? Twice. Twice.
Twice. Okay, well, how do you think they use the water? Do you think they run the water on the tap, or do you think they use a beaker?
A beaker?
Well, if they were to use a beaker instead of running water, how much water do you think they will save in a household?
Beakers full.
Well, I mean, or glass or whatever.
Yeah, but that's horrible. You use a beaker. Well, so you wet the brush with the beaker.
First, before you start, yes?
Yeah. And then,
Then you put the toothpaste on.
Right. Little squirt of toothpaste.
Yeah, then you swirl around the water in your mouth.
You do what?
Well, you wet your mouth now, don't you?
Do you?
Well, you have to, because how else are you going to
Really?
get some saliva, some liquid going in there?
Well, the brush has got water on it.
Yeah, you might as well also have rinse out your mouth as well. Anyway,
But when you put water in your mouth and then you open your mouth to put the brush in, all
Oh.
the water goes down your throat.
yes, yes.
Unless you've got your head tilted back, in which case you choke to death.
You're absolutely right. Yes, it's a big place, but I mean, but do you think that people wouldn't save a lot of water that way instead of letting it constantly run, like they let the water run when they're in the shower and wash their hair?
Well, okay, but all right. But let's see. That's a little bit different because when you turn the water off when you're in the shower, then you start to get cold.
No, but by which time it will have already heated up inside you.
No, it's not in my bathroom anyway. My bathroom's blooming freezing, and so as soon as
how much hair do you have?
what, you want me to count them?
How long did it take you to get cold?
Yeah, but you can't turn the shower off while you're still wet. No, that's a no from me. I mean, I don't stand under the shower for ages and ages because you just get bored. I just get wet.
So how long do you take to actually rub the shampoo on? I mean, that'll be probably about 5 liters of water.
I don't know. Can we go back to the beaker? Can we go back to the beaker?
Well, I mean, yes, no, that's.
So you wet. Talk me through it because this sounds horrible to me. So you wet the toothbrush with the water that's in the beaker.
Yeah.
And then halfway through.
Then you rinse your mouth, right?
But but you rinse your mouth with the water that you just dip your brush in.
Yes, I know.
Oh.
Well, I mean, the brush should be clean, hopefully. Hopefully you clean it before you put it back.
It's been in your mouth, Louise. Where on earth has your mouth been? Do you even know?
Now the toothbrush goes into your mouth with the toothpaste and you clean it, and you don't have a running water instead of which you have now. When you brush the teeth, you can put your dirty brush in, clean it out, and then
and then you put that dirty brush water in your mouth.
No, you throw it away. You don't do that anymore. You've done your rinsing and everything.
But wouldn't it be a better idea just to turn the tap on for a moment and wet the brush, and then turn the tap off while you brush your teeth?
Yeah, it's a bit more cumbersome.
Well, not cumbersome. More hygienic, perhaps. Is that the word you mean?
Well, it's rather tempting for people to leave the tap on.
Well, tempting, it's neither here nor there. It's tempting for people to nick stuff. But not everybody does it.
But it would be quite interesting how much water one would save. Anyway, I enjoy your thing, and I think it is really, I enjoy your show, and I think it's quite an interesting exercise. But by the way, nowadays, you said you have to keep your toothpaste in your mouth.
Always.
Well, after you brush your teeth, you're not supposed to rinse yourself anymore. You're supposed to keep the toothpaste in your mouth.
Oh, the toothpaste in your mouth.
Which is absolutely horrendous when you think there's fluoride in the toothpaste.
Yeah, but that's why you keep it in your mouth.
Fluoride is poisonous. You don't want to keep that in your mouth.
Isn't that how you keep your teeth into advanced old age, Louise?
Well, I haven't actually had that problem yet, but I use some of the denture stuff, which I don't have, but I buy it to get rid of the poo on of the pigeons on my car.
You use toothpaste used for dentures to remove
the
pigeon poo.
Pigeon poo on the car, yes, it's working.
Right, doesn't
highly recommendable.
But that doesn't sound like a very good idea, because it's full of abrasive particles.
Yes, abrasive enough. It's not that bad, considering you probably have to put it on your dentures or your teeth. It's not so bad.
Yeah. Always put it on your dentures before you use it for the pigeon poo, not afterwards.
I have no experience in that.
That's probably excellent advice.
But it's useful for the pigeons.
Okay. All right, thanks a lot, Louise. Wow, the stuff you learn on this show, it's educational, isn't it?
No.
Not really. The worst thing is the sap that drips out of pine trees. That stuff is terrible. If those kids outside City Hall had superglued themselves with the sap that comes out of pine trees, they'd still be there. Because there's no pulling that stuff off your car. I wore the car paint to the metal trying to get that stuff off my car. It just doesn't come off. There's nothing that takes that stuff off. And how pine trees can squeeze that gluey sap up its ventricles, I've got no idea. How does it do it? And by the way, that is the scientifically correct terminology, ventricles. I think you'll find that that's right. 0345 6060 973. You can text 84850, email nick@lbc.co.uk, and if you're on Twitter, it's @lbc. Let me remind you about my podcast. It's called the Nick Abbott Habit. It's about a half an hour of amusement. It's some of the best of the calls in this show, and that last one might appear on a subsequent podcast. Maybe. And there's just extra bits and so on there as well. If you go to your app store and download Global Player, amongst all the other stuff that is available on there, we do podcasts. Go down to the Global Podcast and scroll right across them. The Nick Abbott Habit is at the end there. If you listen on your computer, then go to wherever they give away podcasts. Ask for it by name, the Nick Abbott Habit.
This is LBC. This is LBC with Nick Abbott. Call 0345 6060 973. Tweet @LBC. Text 84850.
I just want to tell you all how happy I am to be back in the studio, making a picture again.
Yeah, it's a radio show, dear. Keep up. Mike says, is there a heterosexual sandwich? After the LGBT MLS sandwich, the lesbian guacamole, bacon and tomato.
Lesbian guacamole, bacon and tomato.
And then he goes and spells it out for us. A heterosexual sandwich would be ham, egg, turnip, radish, olive, salad, more egg, extra egg, extras, apple and lentil.
Right. I need 3 full stacks of raw blue tree wood.
I've got no idea. Does a food group or do any kind of food start with U? I can't think of one. There must be. Anyway, there is your heterosexual sandwich, as opposed to the lesbian guacamole bacon and tomato sandwich that M&S is trying to hawk. That does sound like a pretty good sandwich, though, doesn't it? But I think they're missing out a few letters. Apart from anything else, do you think it's a bit weird that lesbians come first? Because didn't it used to just be gay? And then at some point, lesbians must have said, well, hang on a minute, this is no good. We want our own, we want to be defined. But it didn't become gay and lesbian, it was lesbian and gay. Ladies first. Don't you think that's that's sexist? So now it's, they keep adding LGBT, I think there's another T and a Q. Is there a U? I think there's an N. So hard to keep up. Horsham. Penelope.
Hello?
Penelope.
Hello?
Penelope.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Penelope.
That just randomly stop again.
Huh?
So did that just randomly stop again?
Yeah.
It's at the 11 minutes.
I know. Okay, so, you were talking about 1p coins and 2p coins and all that. So, a year ago, we started to do the 1p saving challenge.
Who we?
Myself and my family.
Right. My family and I.
Pardon?
My family and I.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, God.
Get it right.
Please.
Me husband, me. Yeah.
So, in a year, you can save...
Nothing.
£667.95.
I wouldn't think so.
So, we started doing this.
Well, how many... So that you're saving... Right, £1 a day. More than £1 a day. £2 a day.
No.
£2 a day.
No.
What do you mean no?
No. You start with 1p.
Yes.
On the 2nd of January, you do 2p. 3rd of January, 3p.
Oh, right.
4p. And you continue like that until the end of the year.
At which point, 6 months previously, you couldn't be bothered anymore, so you stopped doing it.
No, we didn't. We tried to, but we ran out of actual cash.
You ran out of cash?
There was no physical cash.
Where?
Because in our purses, in our... there was just nothing left.
Yeah, couldn't you go and get some more?
Well, you don't, do you? Because you just point your card at the...
Oh. One of those...
There's no cash left.
Right, one of those booping people. Yeah, well, you can go to the bank. The bank's got cash.
Yeah, but the whole idea was to save this money, actual cash, that you had in your purse, pocket it, throughout the year.
Yes.
But it just didn't work because there is no cash. Okay?
Yeah, I get it. No cash.
You do get it.
But you only have no cash because you stopped spending cash. If you'd spent cash instead of booping everything, then you would have change.
Yeah, but
that's how you get change, Penelope.
Pardon?
That's how change comes into your life, by spending money.
I spend money all the time, but I use a card.
Yeah, well, stop doing it. You're just falling into the
why
trap.
Why would I stop?
Well, the reason is, you just listen to me. You're falling into the trap of being dependent on the card people.
Go on.
When you're dependent on the card, people, and everything you buy is by booping, then it's not as though you're spending any money. And so you start to become freer. But if you're not handing cash over, then it doesn't appear as though anything is costing you anything. It's like everything's free. You've got your card is just a magic thing. You go boop and you get stuff. But that's not how it's actually is in real life, because the amount that you spend just keeps piling up. But because you're not handing over money, and the amount of cash that at your disposal is consequently going down, then your spending gets completely out of control, which is exactly the trap they're trying to set for you. And if it's on a credit card, then the amount of interest that they charge is, well, even the mafia wouldn't try on the interest charges that the credit card people do.
Absolutely.
Even Al Capone wouldn't have the nerve to do that.
I would never use credit. I think we're misunderstanding each other. I would never use credit.
You would never use credit?
No.
What kind of treasonous thing is that to say? Everybody uses credit.
No, I have a credit card.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is...
So you do use credit?
Pardon?
What do you mean you've got a credit card and you'd never use credit? Explain yourself.
Use it as a proper way to everything's paid. But this was the 1p saving challenge.
Right, which you failed.
Which we totally failed because nobody uses cash anymore.
Right, well, then the answer to that is go back to it. It's quite liberating using actual money. You do surprise people. Ooh, I'm going to have to add up change, they think. Fortunately, these days, tills do it for us. You know, if you went to a pub or a shop and and they had to add up whatever it is you bought. Say you went into a costermonger and you bought 3 bananas, 4 apples, and a pound of potatoes, and they had to add that up in their heads and then calculate the change that is required from the note that you gave them. Well, they'd just pass out. They would have no idea what to do.
They probably would, but that's not my point.
What is your point? Is there a point?
My point is this 1p saving challenge.
Yeah, which you failed.
Which we failed because there's no cash around anymore.
Right. In your house?
In our house.
There's no cash because you don't spend cash.
And
the two
with
things
other people
aren't connected.
Pardon? Pardon?
They're connected. I'm going to use that pardon. I think I'm going to, because I've got a gap in my sound effects board, and I think I'm going to take that pardon and I'm going to stick it in that gap. Right below and above. Boring. In that gap goes pardon.
Oh, please don't call me boring. Alright, thank you.
Okay, well I didn't, but thanks anyway. Daniel, that makes sense. No. Not really. I didn't call you boring. I told you where I was going to stick your sound effect. Diagonally above.
Rock and roll!
And just to the left of.
Want to score some pot?
That's where it's going to go. Note the time, 11:30. I'll have to chop that up later, stick it up the internet, and then an expert will put it on the device here, because I'm not allowed to touch it. Ron says, I'll happily give up my house, my car, my job, and my money. I'll live in a cave and I'll be carbon neutral. Would that help you? Yes, it would, Ron. Go ahead and do it, Ron. To do, Ron. Frankie says, typical government making climate change our fault. How about telling industry to cut down on water consumption, or the fracking companies for that matter? The cheek of it. Well, somebody's got to start somewhere. See, that idea that unless it is solved for us, we're not going to do anything, that's just going to get us nowhere. That idea that, we can't stop polluting ways because look at China. So, I mean, there's always going to be look at China or look at the fracking companies. There's always going to be some reason that we will grasp onto for not doing anything ourselves. It's the nature of the game. It's who we are. We are run by short-termism, like a baby. 0345 6060 973. You can text 84850. Email. Hey, somebody's come up with a U for food. I've just seen that. Very good. I'll come to that in a while. 0345 6060 973. Nick Abbott, LBC. It's 11:30. The news headlines with Serena Farrow.
This is LBC with Nick Abbott. Call 0345 6060 973. Tweet at LBC. Text 84850.
Hello? Number please. Trying to connect you. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting, Richard. You're in Hackney, but you know that.
I do. How can we go cashless society? How are we going to school some pot if we have no cash? Arthur?
Yeah, we'll have to.
For a leg of lamb.
People will have to trade favours.
Disgusting.
Throw in 2 chickens, I'll give you a quarter.
It's a deal. What, a quarter of a chicken?
Well, yeah, I never get these things right. That's why, you know, I mean, I just failed. It was rubbish.
Yeah, you are rubbish.
The man.
Go straight to jail. Do not pass go.
Water. You were talking about water.
Yes.
And it's one of the long list, many things that make my head explode.
It's incredible. This damp island is running out of water. Can you believe it?
Well, yeah, I think the water company said that we use each, what was it, 180 litres a day?
One moment while I check for you. 140 litres a day. Good grief.
Right.
That's a lot.
Okay, England and Wales,
That's
and
like,
I'm reading.
That's like a pint.
Nearly. I'm reading from the Engineering and Technology magazine.
That's almost a whole armful. Go ahead.
It's a lake. England and Wales lose 3.1 billion litres of water every day from leakage.
What?
England and Wales lose 3.1 billion litres of water every day from leakage.
What?
My suggestion, if you want to cure the water shortage, is say we monitor how much you're leaking, we double that, and we take it out of the director's bonuses.
Ah, interesting.
Because currently, we lose 20% of our water supply through leaks.
Now the cost, it's probably a cost thing, isn't it? The reason why they're not attending to these leaks is that it would cost a massive amount, and guess who would have to pay for it?
The consumer.
Us poor dopes who pay taxes.
But all of the water companies are privately owned, and all of the directors get paid bonuses and dividends, which means that the companies are in profit. But if you're leaking 20% of your product, then maybe that should be fixed before you pay your directors a bonus.
Well, that is that sounds like socialism to me, Richard.
Well, in America, which is not the most socialist country I've ever come across, they actually made it a law.
Well, they pretend they're not socialist, but actually they are. The whole of American economy seems to be a socialist construct based on taking money from the people and giving it to the weapons manufacturers. Doesn't it? The military-industrial machine is siphoning off all of the money that the poor American taxpayer squirts up the government, and they're using it to trickle up economics.
Over there, I think it's law that you can't run a water company that wastes more than 3%. It's the law, and if you do, you're fined. And over here,
well, don't say that out loud, because Donald Trump will rescind that law as soon as he hears about it.
Well, it's a good thing you mentioned the big orange man, because I've got this is my two-pronged scheme.
I think man is stretching it a bit. The big orange baby in the White House. Yes.
Golf courses.
Yes.
I know. You know where I'm going with this, or am I just throwing you from left field?
When the tide rises, I hope that the Mar-a-Lago is the first thing to get subsumed by it.
Okay. 2% of our country is dedicated to golf courses.
Of our country?
Our country. If you take Great Britain and Scotland, well, if you take England and Scotland.
Great Britain and Scotland. be true.
It is true.
1% is housing and double that is golf courses.
Golf courses.
I don't
so if
believe
you want to solve the housing crisis, half the number of golf courses, and that will give you double the current number of slots we have for housing.
Are you sure you got that right?
I do have that right.
Well, I am stunned.
But the other thing is that golf courses get priority in water. When we have a hosepipe ban, golf courses are not included because they're a business.
Well, they're a business. They're a business that appeals to a certain type of person. The people that are who actually enact these laws.
Well, you may say that. I couldn't possibly comment.
No, well, I bet you could.
So, here's a thought. Why don't we say, A, fix the water supply so that 20% of it isn't draining into the... Which I worked out, well, I didn't work it out, someone worked it out, is 184 litres per household per day. So it's basically like the water company is an extra person living in your house. Wasting water.
Or it's an extra house living in your house.
Exactly.
If you're a one-person household.
There you go. Stop saying that golf courses get free water when there's a hosepipe ban, and maybe we should have a look at how we're using our green space. Because at the moment we're giving 66% of it to a recreational sport that maybe 0.01% of the population.
Probably less than
Yeah, it's just so much more difficult because back in the main realm, there are no garths in the Blue Forest biome. There are garths all over the fucking place here. It's so fucking difficult. Like, I might have been a bit... I've got like half of a stack and I need 3 full stacks so far, so I'm not doing too bad, but I could have had a whole stack by now and then repeat that process twice. But,
Like you see working class Scotsmen taking their kids out to the local park and playing, they're really into it.
Really? I grew up in Scotland and no such thing ever happened to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bounce your superior knowledge then. I've been to Scotland.
Giving up?
no. It's only bloody 10 o'clock. What time are you working tomorrow anyway?
Double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 3 till 10. And I got a weird one on Tuesday. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure it's like 12 till 5. It's very odd.
When you're doling out the
tomorrow-
chocolate, by the way.
I was just about to. Yes, tomorrow 3 till 10. Yeah, Tuesday 12 till 5.
Would Rox be able to have one of your Coca-Cola?
Why?
Because apparently she's got a really bad headache, and I gave her some paracetamol earlier, and that didn't do anything.
How long earlier though? Because these are very strong for good.
Which was ages ago. Like
Before I got home.
Yeah. Before you got home.
I don't mean it rude, but I don't particularly want. I had habits I kind of need it, but yeah.
Do you want to detail where they are? That's what I'm up.
Oh, there's a pack on the.
I said there's a pack, and if there are loads of packs.
No, there's the pack that I took to work with me on the words. Shoe rack.
Shoe rack, right.
But I only let her have one.
Well, yeah, you only ever have one, so I'm not going to give her more. Right, don't you move, doggy.
Could you... I'll wait till you get back.
What?
I was saying, could you put the blanket on her more, but I'll wait till you get back.
Okay.
I just want to keep up with you. Ow.
She's going out for a fag, and I was going to let the mirror out, because the mirror was like, oh, as soon as I go in there. And that. You do want to come out for a fag? Yeah.
Sweetheart, that's it. That's a good girl. Turn round. Really? I don't know if she's going to start eating or something. Ah. Yep, there we go. Ah. Right, if you're eating, I'm not going to put the blanket on you. Piss off. Oh, shit now.
Okay, just go and get the path, please.
She's like, I forgot. Oh,
thank you.
Oh, I need my gloves. Right, can you still cook it? No, I won't you.
Dun 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 dun.
Carry on eating, they're just gloves. Okay? Fuck off.
proper on there.
Time for chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate.
What one do you want?
I don't know, anyone, I don't care.
Well, we have one each of the normal chocolate.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll share the Oreo ones, but I'm not sure if I like the mint one.
Well, try one bit of it, and if you don't like it, then I'll just have the whole of that, and then you have the whole of the other one.
Okay. Piss off.
What? Oh.
Why do I have to put tape on everything? Oh. Jesus.
No, they didn't really put tape on everything.
Oh. Eat it nicely. Alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. But you know what? There we go. I quite like that. That's the.
Coco, you alright?
That's quite nice actually. Ooh.
Oh no, there's one missing.
That sounds like rubbish to me.
Oh, okay. I can't argue with that one, but I can argue that I think we're possibly wasting our resources, both in land and in water. And for some reason, it's not considered. I don't know.
Well, that sounds completely correct in every respect. All we've got to do is persuade the people that own the land to give it up, potentially with the threat of retribution if they don't.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if we went out and said, look, we want to build something like, I don't know, a high-speed railway through this land.
Yeah.
Because we need to get to Birmingham 20 minutes quicker.
Oh no.
We'd be able to compulsory purchases. But if we went to them and said, look, there's a housing crisis and a water crisis, I guess there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, there are several problems with that. One of which is you try and find out who owns the land.
Yes.
It's all offshore, total secrecy, and all the rest of it. And the people that aren't owning the land in that manner have had the land in the ownership of their families for hundreds of years, back to when it was nicked from the people that were actually trying to farm there. So, and what isn't owned in that manner is owned by you know who. Try taking the land off her, I double dare you.
She's vicious when you try and make it. I mean, you know, she looks sweet.
Yeah.
You know, with a sure bite. She's not to be dealt with, yeah.
She's not waving, she's practicing karate chop.
And she's flinging stars into the crowd, you know. No, I just think if we were trying to build a high-speed railway, there'd be questions. Because we're trying to extend a runway at Heathrow, the land would be bought.
Yeah.
And no one would argue about it. Well, some people would argue about it, but it'd be ignored. But for some reason, things like golf, they just don't get touched, do they? And it's like no sport takes up an actual percentage of the country.
Yeah. Well, no other sport is always the exclusive reserve of the rich.
We were actually talking about this earlier because my partner's a gardener, and we were talking about the ecological damage golf courses do.
Yeah, well, it's a monoculture of grass. Nothing else is allowed to grow there. Oh, and he's gone. Wow. Oh, that's concerning. The government stepped in and cut him off. It allowed him to speak only so much, and then it said, right, that's it. Which doesn't bode well for me. 0345. I didn't cut him off, he just disappeared like a South American dictator. 0345 6060 973. You can text 84850. Email nick@lbc.co.uk. And if you're on Twitter, it's @LBC. It's true though, there's the golf is the only sport that is the exclusive preserve of the rich. It's the same reason why operas keep getting government money. Operas. I mean, people are building opera houses all over the world. Starchitects are constructing these magnificent palaces to opera. Why? Because the people are desperate to go to the opera? No, of course not. Ask people about the opera and they'll say, boring, couldn't care less. But the super rich love a bit of opera. And so the government are pouring your money all over them. James in Yateley says, as I am not on a water meter, I like to leave the cold tap running in the kitchen to ensure I get only the freshest, coolest water. Well, I like to do that in the morning because I think I must have lead pipes because it tastes a bit funny first thing in the morning. And if you drink lead, I think it's probably not good for your brain. And I need all of the brain that I've got. I can't lose even a little bit of it. Blackburn, hello Scott.
I'm worried about there's an echo on the phone.
There's an echo? An echo?
Hang on when I speak. Oh, it's still there. Never mind. I'm worried about global warming and stuff like that, but I'm more concerned about the sort of people that are engaged in this sort of stuff because I think they're insatiable. I don't think there's anything that you can see to their demands today and tomorrow it'll be something else.
Until they've done the job of saving
us
all.
I disagree. I think that it's a gig. It's like LARPing or role playing to them. Social justice warrioring. It is. It's like the sandwich stuff. It's like the ships in Scotland. You can no longer refer to them as she. And if you give into that, then tomorrow it'll be Mother's Day cards and on and on. You can never get enough.
Wait a minute. Can we go back to the sheep?
The ships, seafaring vessels.
Oh, ships.
Yeah, you can't refer to them as sheep, and they gave in.
She. You can't talk about them as she, right?
Yeah, seafaring vessels.
Right, I got it.
Ships.
Seafaring vessels.
Yeah,
not she. I got you.
What I'm saying is, it's not about what they say it is. They're not outraged at the thing. It's just the spotlight hits them whenever you complain about something. Suddenly, you're the
right. So they're professional complainers.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But many of them are just kids out of school.
Yeah, with their phones making YouTube videos, and they're using them. It's like they're Hitler Youth. It really is. They're using children because they can't send the police in. If you've got a beautiful little girl, imagine if pro-life activists used children and said, imagine if a little girl wandered up to you and said, why do you hate babies? Why do you want them to die?
Well, how many reasons do I have to give to hate babies?
No, exactly.
There's one for a start.
No, but
the noise they make, and then there's the smell.
You'd be rightfully outraged. You'd think this is disgraceful. They're using children. I mean, there's 8-year-olds. I mean, how much do they really know about climate change? I mean, it's not difficult to hoodwink them or pull the wool over their eyes, is it?
Yeah,
do you
but
know what I mean?
Scott, though, they don't. What do they need to know? All they need to know is that adults aren't doing anything.
Yeah, and like I said, I have concerns. I'm a big fan of David Attenborough, and I think my concern is it's spurring on the sorts of people, they call them the usual suspects or whatever, but the social engineering, I worry that it becomes mob rule, and they're like I said, they're insatiable. They can never get enough.
Right. See, this just sounds like another excuse not to do anything.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because I've already said I think every individual. I prefer the voluntary educational thing. Everyone should be encouraged to like turn their back gardens greener and things like that.
Yeah, but that's not happening though. It's not happening. Voluntary education doesn't work in this regard because nobody wants to change their lives. Everybody wants to ignore the science and ignore the possibility of our lives changing because it's not happening to us at this minute. Nobody wants to make an effort to change something that may not affect them in their lifetimes.
Well, I think, it's because the people that are being most charged to be changed are already having miserable lives. It's like you paint it as though they're all swanning around with their flat screen TVs and stuff, and common people haven't got it very good at the moment, and now they're getting this extra finger whacked at them for something, you know what I mean? It's like middle class people lecturing them. You know, it just feels, I don't know, it's just finger wagging after finger wagging and being told that you're doing this wrong, and they never seem to get a victory. Can we do something for the regular people? Do you know what I mean? When do they get a
break?
A win, exactly, yeah.
But you know what? If there is a negative effect with climate change, and most of the scientists, almost all of them agree that there is, you know who's going to be feeling the negative effects first?
Yeah, I know.
The rich? No.
I think I'm going to need a bow and arrow because, like the piglins and everything else, I can deal with all that on the floor, but the gas, nah.
Nobody drives in London for pleasure.
No, I said, do you remember the concept? I said, do you remember the idea?
Yeah, it happens in America. You drive in America for pleasure. People just get in their cars and drive, or at least they used to in the 50s, 60s and 70s, but not no more.
That's what I meant, but I'm saying it just seems
no one ever
wants to tie a link to this, to unfettered immigration. That's going to have an effect on congestion, isn't it? It's just, it might sound nasty and mean, but it's just a fact. If you've got...
Actually, no, I don't want to do that.
Then it's going to affect congestion.
I was waiting to join, I thought, I'll just open up some chocolate. It's like, no, I think I'll wait till I get back in and get in the tunnel.
We could go down that road, but what's the point? It's not really what we're talking about. Unfettered immigration is stopping people driving for pleasure.
No, I said, do you remember the concept? I was referring to in past years, but I'm saying it does have a link to it.
Seriously,
why do I think that we put an emphasis on being the sixth richest in the world to the negation of everything else? I'd rather have been the 12th and have a better quality of life, like with communities and less.
Yeah, but I don't think the one necessarily leads to the other. I don't know who the 12th
well, I've got one stack so far. I just need.
Necessarily means that they live happier lives than we do. What the problem, Scott, is the distribution of wealth. It's not how much we've got; it's how it's spread about, and it isn't.
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to see Glass-Steagall put back in place. My heroes FDR and JFK. You know, there's a lot we agree on, but I also, but if I was in America, I would have voted for Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton, even though those guys are my heroes.
Why?
Because I think you should check out Abby Martin's.
Is this homework? I don't do homework.
Well, not you. Your listeners should check out Abby Martin's program on Hillary Clinton. She really nails it.
Oh, for crying out loud! You people are still going on about Hillary Clinton, that defenseless old granny.
Well, I just get tired of people like you portraying her as this benign, feminist Eva Peron type, and she's anything but. She's a war criminal.
She's a war criminal.
Yeah, she is.
Okay. That went in so many different and bizarre directions. I don't even know where I am anymore. Yeah, it's all Hillary Clinton's fault, apparently, and the people who are protesting against the climate are Hitler Youth. I think that's what we got from that call, and many other things besides, much of which made no sense at all. I mean, he seemed like a bright lad, but a food that begins with a U? Ugly fruit. Which is a bit rude to the fruit. I think it's the only food that begins with a U. I think that is actually correct. What begins with a U? Ugly fruit. Claire says, I pay all my bills with cash. That way I know what I have spent. Well, aren't you perfect, Claire? And Chris says, regarding showering, my method when showering is to switch on, wet up, switch off, soap up, switch shower on, rinse off, switch off shower, wipe down body.
Oh yeah, arrows. That's
minimum water use, says Chris. I think that's probably a little bit too much information, Chris, but now we know your routine.
So I put them together, and it's not like fully healthy, it's like 3/4 or more.
And Stir says the LGBT sandwich should include quinoa in order to become more inclusive. Well, that is right. Yeah. I mean, it's just being considerate.
Be polite.
Be polite.
Should be enough to keep you for now.
And
oh yeah, 50. Oh hell yeah.
Quinoa
Yeah, that'll do.
is what it looks like. Can we not just call it quinoa? In fact, can we just not?
Thank you.
Can we
Should
remove
make this
that
a bit
item
easier.
from the menu? A couple of years ago, nobody had ever heard of quinoa. I mean, what even is it? It's like bad rice. Jimmy says, so if we lose 2.1 billion litres per day, that works out that we're losing 46 litres per person per day due to leakage. Wow, crazy, he says.
Hello.
Well, it's unsustainable, you'd think.
Hello.
And all that leakage went down into the ground, into the water table, from which point it would get sucked up by plants and then spewed out as mist from plants. That is scientifically correct, isn't it?
Yes.
Mist. Mist comes out of plants, and then mist coagulates in the air.
You're going to be home in 30 minutes. Oh, right.
So why isn't it raining very much? Hello? Is this thing on?
I got school tomorrow.
Simon says, can people stop saying so at the beginning of each sentence? It drives me mad. Why has this just started?
I don't know.
Well, it hasn't just started. People have been saying so at the beginning of each sentence forever and a day.
I don't know.
But no is the answer to that. People cannot stop saying no so at the beginning of each sentence. It's in them and it's got to come out. And Ashley says, our PM is very effective at dealing with leaks. Let's get her onto the problem. I'm a bit upset that Gavin Williamson has exited to stage left because I was enjoying impersonating him. But now he's gone. Please come back. I was enjoying my Private Pike impersonation. But I'll just have to move on to somebody else, I suppose. Oh well, that's life. 0345 6060 973.
This is LBC from Global, leading Britain's conversation with Nick Abbott.
Here are the studio calls flashing up on the indicator.
Yes, might as well get straight back into it. Kings Lanley. Hello, James.
Good morning, Mr. Abbott.
James.
You've hit on so many subjects, I don't know where to start.
It's a cloud.
Basically, I phoned up about the credit card, but can I briefly say about H2?
H2?
On the fault about the land. That was robbed off by the Saxon and Norman barons 100 years ago. And we've never owned the land since Norman and Conqueror. Anyway, basically...
was that a brief history lesson?
Well, basically, you know...
Not brief enough.
Who owns the land, they've screwed us from day one, mate. I'm in my 80s, so...
80 years old.
Pardon?
Go on.
Well, basically, about the cards. They started a school, so I was a apprentice. And
oh, shit, sorry.
Right underneath it.
Sorted the earth on every place.
You put it up there, because I don't know what
What's that mean?
Basically,
No, I'm not going to do it.
they looked down on social housing people used to. I found that by the middle class and different people. And I was on the council estate. It was great. Social housing was brilliant.
Well, people look down on others in order to make themselves feel better. And that's not just associated with the middle class or the upper class, but it's just that they have more people to look down upon than the working class.
Well, that's right. Then that's the old story, I'm all right, Jack, as you say, who cares? But basically...
I know my place.
That's right.
Paul Sales, the comedian, brilliant comedian.
Manuel.
Yeah, he looked down on one of the others. I'm upper class, I'm lower class. Well, I'm working class.
I know my
Well, Ronnie Corbett, brilliant. But basically, I rung up about the card. We had a great conversation with that lady.
Hey, unplug it.
I don't know if I got it right, but your concept was she's been screwed, even because she said, no, it's not credit. You said it's a credit card, even if you've got a debit card.
No, she said it was a credit card.
Yeah, but basically, if you pay, even if you pay, but like, it got to me, but she
Didn't load in properly.
was paying, she's not got a credit card because it's a debit card.
So, Doc, I found a wall of water. Should I break it and see what happens?
Credit, but then she's admitted that she had a credit card.
Yeah.
The fucked up water.
Kirsty just went, oh, the fucked up water. Yeah.
Fuck that wall.
I've tried to fix as many as I can.
No, seriously, it's just a fucking wall of
Hold on.
water.
What did you say, Kirsty?
I said I've tried to fix as many as I can.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the
Apparently,
ones that come by.
yeah, Kirsty has tried to fix some, but there are just quite a lot. Oh.
No, seriously, it's
God, there are so many Endermen!
I can't see the
1,
end of the
2,
wall.
3, 4, 5. Oh my god, that. Oh, this.
Why did
I
she
was getting pumpkins.
Oh god, yeah. Because in the Nether, there is a specific biome area called a warped forest, and there are just loads of them here.
Well, we appreciate your efforts.
Thank you. Well, that's a bit of a laugh, but so
I'm surprised it's not to a wall for me.
coming out of contracting and get what they call a permanent job, salary job in a factory.
No, I didn't. But that's the way to
People
do
aren't going
it.
to lend you money
I'm headed towards the wall.
unless you can prove that you can.
That was dangerous.
I know, so that's where it started. That's where they
I have a boat. Why am I swimming?
I don't want to travel. I just cut down trees.
So every time you use whatever card it is, they get payback time. And
So you're a lumberjack.
briefly change the subject about the rent. No, we've been screwed from day one, mate. The moment you're born, but it's environmental. I'm lucky. I've got a little garden. I've got a water pump.
11 water pumps.
Yeah, 200 litres. You can buy them cheaply through the Environment Agency.
Where do you put them? Where are they collecting water?
Just round off the drains. A couple in the front, some round the side, all the water pipes come down. You cascade them. You save a fortune. Because I use a fortune for my garden, but my rate's going up every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Everywhere they screw you, mate.
So I've heard. From day one, yeah.
And now, for the pollution, they're taking every gasp of air. They put a meter on you, they give you a mask and they charge for that.
If they could do, they would do.
Yeah, because they've mucked up the environment because of the Arabs do it. We go around in circles. The ruling class have ruled this country for 2,000 years.
And they've screwed us from?
They're going to screw us from day one.
Day one.
Carry on screwing us.
Right, okay.
I'm sorry, I'm an old Londoner, but you can see it, so obvious. Like back to housing, they want people to work for peanuts, minimum wage, but they won't give them decent housing. Because they've got all this rented property, so these blokes are screwing everyone, paying high rents on day one wages.
I'm so
If you
happy
pay
for
peanuts, you get...
No, you don't. Well, you don't get monkeys because they exploit everyone. Because if they don't get that person at this level, they should probably get a job. And every when I was a union man, too allowed to get respect on the workshop. They treat us like crap.
From day one.
Yeah, and I remember after the war, I was 15 when I started apprentice, and this bloke had just fought the war. 5 years in the army. There was only 3 members of his regiment left the line after the war. Went right through North Africa, Sicily, up to Monte Cassino, and he come back to Blight. He thought, God, I've done my bit.
Anyway, these are both for you. I don't know where they want to go.
This is like watching...
Please go on,
James, where are we going with this? This is like watching the History Channel.
Because you hit on so many subjects.
I know, my head's spinning just thinking about
You
it.
won't be like scrambling like
Well, let me ask you this. You used to be an electrician.
Sparky, yeah.
Right.
I need
Why
to have
is it,
friends.
of all the building trades, electricians are the
Where's
most
the-
annoying?
Most annoying, in what way? Militant?
Not militant. They just screw you from day one.
Please, Baron,
They
please
do.
put him in the sink.
They put things in the wrong place and
Sink.
they deliberately misunderstand you. And if you ask for a double
How do you
socket, they
make a
don't give you
craft
a double socket. They give you a double socket. So you got 4 sockets. I asked her when I was doing up my last place. I asked her Sparky. I said I want a double socket on either side of the bed.
Yeah.
So he put a double socket. So I've got 8 plug sockets either side of my bed.
Can I tell you that why? That's what they call the Parker Morris standard. In the old days, when they
Do you know how to make a stove? Furnace, whatever.
Do I know how to do what?
Anyway, in the old days, they put one in
Make
the
a
room,
furnace.
Make a furnace.
one in the room, and there's a guy
You need 8 pieces of cobblestone.
building jerry places and give it decent place to live in. All rip off again, everyone's
Good thing this mine's full of it.
They got a bloke Parker
Better
Morris,
get chopped down a tree.
and the standard was 2
Yes.
double sockets on every wall. That saved having cables all over the
Not
place,
right.
and the place burning down with sockets plugged into
I have
sockets.
flint on me this whole damn
But
time.
there again, they can screw you, but you know, but
And they do.
Something
Every
you're talking about, what
opportunity.
is it?
Like plumbers are okay, and like general builders are all right. You got to watch them and make
Oh,
sure they
fuck
take all their
y'all.
stuff away
I've
instead
got my
of leaving
wood.
all their crap all over the place. But electricians are just so annoying.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you in the ass.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I just Curtis out of the world. She just went, oh dear.
What happened?
Oh, fuck you!
It's not an arm on.
Well, they've been shooting you from day
I
one.
don't know.
That's what I heard.
I'm just gonna go down a
I
hole
mean,
now.
wouldn't that be great? Here, listen, James, at the end of the day it gets dark, and that's when you really do need an electrician.
Curtis seriously just went, oh dear.
Oh, no, okay, just walk past.
Well, I know where.
Wow, you've just blown
Why are you
my
crowding
mind.
around me, guys?
Look at the goddamn boat.
Alright, thanks, James. Brilliant. I think your show's pretty good too. 0345 6060 973. You can text 84850, email
I'm gonna pick up some food and I'm gonna go pick up my shit.
It's at LBC.
Fucking
Let's
zombies,
dive
get the fuck away.
straight back in. Dartford, hello Stuart. Stuart.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to sound like I'm really trying to go around the I'm just going to apologise to sound like I'm going to drive to speak to my nose in that kind of a voice. But you had a guy earlier on, and he was getting really talking about the number of golf courses and that 2%. And it's just not true. It's just one of those stories that went around about 5 years ago. If you want to check it out, look on BBC Fact Finder. There was a story in 2010 and 2013. It's been on the programme more or less. It's been on Mythbusters programme. The FT have done a thing about it. It just isn't true. There are 2 counties in the UK where golf courses cover 2% of the area.
Where is there some food at in Hogwarts that I can eat?
And to say it covers
And take with me.
houses is just
I was about to say, yeah, just take some wheat, make some bread.
Doc, would you like to come on my journey with me to the mine?
Huh?
What
What?
would you? Would you like to come on my journey with me to the mine?
I'm in the Nether at the moment, so might have to wait.
Is that a technical term?
Okay.
Yeah, it is, yeah. There are so many things we
Here's
can
book
add
notes.
honest to God, I've spent my own life ways ago, and then I get angry about it. But one of the things to get angry about, let's at least get angry about things that are factual, not about things that are just, you know, it's not about golf. There's lots, I hate golf, you know, it's never played, often, all of the things to worry about, and that ain't it. I don't think, I've got a formal feeling that golf isn't even the one that comes the most out. I've got a feeling that
This is what happens when you got to the Forbidden Forest alone, children. You get
I'm just
killed.
looking at the FT repudiation of that sort of that information that came out in 2014, and it is not conclusive. They said, in short, is it right that more land is covered by golf courses than by housing? And their answer is probably not. In other words, not definitely not, probably not, which rather implies that it's a close-run thing.
All in one place.
Well, the one I'm looking at here now is called...
No, she's just got a lot of creepers hanging around her.
You can see 24% for 2013 has got how much is contained currently in golf course.
Right. Well, there's a difference of opinion about how much is covered because they're guessing about what size is a golf course. It could be, there's a minimum area for an 18-hole golf course and a maximum area, and if you add it all up, it comes down to probably. So probably not, but it's but that does mean that there's an enormous amount of land which is going to waste as golf courses.
Well, it's certainly an enormous amount of land coming.
They close at 6, however, mine is a key holder.
Yeah, but parks,
oh, that's
that's
what I put on
different.
my
Parks
shit.
is for everybody. Golf courses are for a very, very few number of people.
Shit, y'all.
Who've got massive
Y'all
amounts
send
of
me
money
coke
and
and
time on their
I forgot I
hands.
put this crap over me.
Do what?
Definitely. Loads of things that are...
I asked Dolphin if she still wants that flint and coal or maybe some iron.
Hold on, I'll ask her. Kirsty, do you still want the flint and the coal?
Yes, please.
Oh,
it's
shit.
not golf course size.
Just gotta put that there.
Yeah, very, very few. No, I think it's still a problem that there's so much land that's given over to the stupid sport of golf. I mean,
Don't get in my fucking way.
It takes all day long. It's like Monopoly. It takes so long, but it takes way more space than a game of Monopoly.
Oh, we're going to talk about stupid games, and please, let's put cricket at the top. 5 days.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. I couldn't agree more. Cricket. So dull.
Okay, so that's the way to go back. Okay. I wouldn't mind chopping down a few more trees.
I mean, any game that lasts for 5 days and still may not have a winner, that's just ridiculous.
It's a sport invented in the UK where you stop it if it's overcast or it's dark.
It's not even a sport. If you can play it at the highest level while still being fat, it's not a sport.
She said yes.
I think you can play it at the highest level.
Excuse me.
If you come to the courtyard and you're looking at Simon's chest, the chest is in the chest. Damn. The chest is in the far left.
It's not a sport.
It's
I
the
think you'll
chest
find
on my
that's
shit.
right. 0345 6060 973. You can text
Or if you just
84850, email
clicking
nick@lbc.co.uk, and if you're on Twitter, it's @lbc. I must remind you about my podcast, which is called the Nick Abbott Habit. If you go to where they do apps and download Global Player, then it is available in the podcast section. Scroll down to the Global Podcasts, and then way over to the right you'll find mine.
This should be enough.
If you don't do phones and apps and such, and you want
So how do I
to
make
listen to it
bread?
on your computer,
How do you do what?
podcasts, and ask for it by name. The Nick
Bed.
Make
Abbott
bread.
Habit.
This is LBC.
Oh, bread. You need to have
This is
wheat,
LBC.
and then I can't remember how many bits of wheat you need to have. So just get like a stack of it of like, I don't know, 12 bits, and take that to a crafting table, and the option to make bread will be on your left hand side.
Majority of courses. Rubbish. It says I've been a greenkeeper for several years, as well as a self-employed gardener.
I don't need to wear this
It's
stupid
not just grass
pumpkin
that
anymore.
grows on golf courses.
Let's put him up.
Preserving nature
There we
is
go.
always a priority. Get lost. Of course it's grass that grows on golf courses. What else grows? Sand. Plus
How long do you do
fours.
anything with the wheat?
£5 an hour to play golf? No, it ain't. Nick says, Nick wonder.
Yeah, what's up?
Nick wonder what would
It's not showing me I can do
the
anything with the
Earl of
wheat.
Sandwich have to say about his dynasty being
How many
destroyed?
bits do you have?
Or iPads. I wonder what the Earl of
23.
Sandwich would have to say about his dynasty
Did you
being
definitely
destroyed.
click on the crafting table?
Bought by
Like, click to you
the
there.
Marks and Spencer's lesbian
That's it.
sandwich.
I am.
How about it not destroyed? How
Because
about
you know when you're in the
enhanced?
crafting menu,
His
if
dynasty
you
is being
click
enhanced.
LB an RB, you want to have it so it says craftable, and then there's like a little, it looks like a sort of, like underneath the word craftable there's a little tick thing. If you don't want it to say all, you want it to say craftable.
And Kevin says, I turn the gas off when I turn the bacon over. What does that mean? I have no idea what that means. Unless you actually do mean that you turn the gas off when you turn the bacon over. Maybe that's what that means. Maybe I'm trying to read something into it. Maybe that it's just, that is the issue.
Yeah, you only need 3 bits of...
And Steve says, I woke up with you doing U for ugly fruit. Is it the end of 2019 already?
Bread.
Where did May to December go? Excellent work.
Did you figure out how to make it yet?
Okay. Enough of sucking up. Time just flies away, don't it?
Okay.
Yep.
Wakey wakey. Now I did mention a little while ago that we were
Are
talking
you
about the
hearing
weather,
it, Dolphin?
and I did say
that
Oh, I'm on my way.
Where's she
where are
at?
you at, Thursday? Oh, she's in her village at the moment.
Why?
This on the iron tree.
Because she's putting that stuff for you in a bucket in the courtyard.
Alright.
So I'll get to that in a minute. But first, it is a very important call in Onka. Doris.
Hello, Nick. I'm still listening.
Doris.
I haven't rung up for a long while, but I do listen.
You know that random box is to the left?
Doris and Onka.
Yep.
Got
Yeah, you do remember me.
I do.
sitting on a wall. Yeah, that's the one.
People do make me sick, though.
Hold on, well, I'm right behind you. Just show me which one.
And she done away with it. She said,
Which one looks the most out of place?
Yeah, I did wonder what that was earlier. I was like, what the frick is all that? Okay.
See, when Emily just asks me in a random place and she knows what it is, yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake, I forgot to bring all the wood back. Damn it. I've got it in a box, like, right at the nether portal, but I forgot to put it in my...
There's a lot of stuff in these boxes.
Oh god, I wish I could go faster.
I said, what are you doing it for? She said, it looks better.
That's what I heard. How big is this artificial lawn?
Can't believe I have school tomorrow.
Big lawn, actually.
Well, that's not really nailing it down. That's not nailing it down for it, Doris. How big is big?
I don't want to go to school.
You know what a foot
So
is?
just show
How many
Chris
feet
that
is
box
it?
whenever I'm mixing all good for me.
Is it 50 feet?
I should know it's about 45. It's quite a big lawn.
Well, how
Front and back, anyway.
how tall are you, Doris?
About 5'1".
About 5'1". So if I laid you end to end,
Yeah.
how many of you is it?
Okay, I'm gonna go try and gather my stuff that I got.
You don't think it will not.
You got me there, yeah, really. You really got me there. I'm busy. I've been busy today. And I was listening to that we were saying about money. Because the tramps wouldn't get any money at all, would they? If they put that done away with the old,
Oh, that's right. Yeah. If we become cashless, then the people asking for 10 pence would be fresh out of luck. Some bloke, I left this building last night, and some bloke asked me for £1.50. I thought that's a bit precise and quite a lot. £1.50 he wanted.
Did you ask him what he wanted for?
No, I didn't. I just shook my head, as is my wont.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, I would have asked him what he wanted. It might have been something that he really desperately wanted.
Yeah, he wanted £1.50.
Yeah, definitely. He wouldn't have got it off of me, I'll tell you.
Exactly,
I'm a bit
Doris.
tight on that sort of thing.
Well, I mean,
I
there's...
don't actually give much money away, really. People come up to me,
Well, it's because you haven't got any, right?
No, of course, I do use money because of my husband's job. He said, don't stop using money because we'll lose our jobs. So I said, okay, so I've always used cash.
Yeah.
And as you don't...
Why will you lose your jobs?
Not my job, his job.
Why will he lose his job?
Because he worked with money.
What's his job? What's his job? He's a drug dealer.
No, okay. He's retired now, anyway. Yeah.
That sounds very suspicious. The whole situation over at your place sounds very suspicious, Doris.
The llamas are floating in the water. I'm shook.
That's shook about what?
Boring place it ever was.
There's 3 llamas just swimming around in the water.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, no. Okay,
place
so
where
we have a
Cooks
village or whatever.
resides,
He
and
has
you've got a
gathered the
woman
llamas and brought
washing
them into
her
the litter.
plastic lawn.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe it. Because when I know she did.
Like, excuse me, sir.
Lots of times do it to the other lawn, you know, the one she got rid of. And when she got rid of it, I
He is
thought,
now
well,
on my
that's
boat.
good,
I'm
you
dragging
know,
him back to shore.
there, that's well, wouldn't you? You save the water.
And then she was
Huh?
watering it
She
because
said, it looks better. I
looks
said, well,
Get out my boat.
That's what I heard.
right. She said, oh no, she said, we can't wait for the rain. She said, it is looking a bit
Get out my
tatty.
boat.
What does she mean? It looks better.
Yeah, it looks better.
In what way does it look better?
Oh, you can trade stuff with him.
How can it be greener?
Yeah.
How can it be greener by adding water to plastic? It's still the same colour. Do you see
Yeah,
me?
I'm just
She's
trying to
washing
work
the
out.
dust off.
Can I get my boat back?
Or
Your
that it
boat?
looks better with
Is he still
water
working on the
droplets
boat? Yes,
glistening
he
in the
is.
sun.
He won't get out of the boat. I actually picked him up and now he won't get out.
Just you might need to destroy the boat, then
I go into the ladies' toilets, there's always a tap running.
do it
You know what?
again.
I got another boat. Goodbye. Another boat.
That sort of thing drives me up the wall. A tap running or people.
You should drive. You should
goat
boat through the bees at some point.
is that people in the kitchenette around the
Because they're
corner
all
who
over
take
the
the
water
milk,
on the
and
left
I've
side.
mentioned this a lot. People who take the milk out the fridge
Oh,
and
Dumbledore's
then they
Island.
put it in their coffee, and then they leave instead of putting it back in the fridge, they leave it on the counter to go warm and go off. What kind of Nazi criminal would do that, Doris?
Wouldn't be me, because I put my milk in and put it straight back in the fridge.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah.
I just went to have a little top up, and it looks like a coffee machine has thrown up in the inside of the fridge. There's brown everywhere. At least I hope it's coffee. There's brown everywhere, Doris.
Yeah. Probably is coffee.
I think it's the hooligans at
I've
Radio.
got a little tiny fridge in the kitchen and a bigger one in the garage.
You're not remotely interested in anything I'm saying. I think it's the hooligans at Radio X. I would go and give them a piece of my mind if I wasn't so frightened of them.
So, you haven't heard me speak to you for a long time, have you?
Haven't I been lucky?
Yeah, well, no. I expect you wondered if I was still around.
Not really.
Well, a few people probably have. I didn't think I was still around.
Well, keep recording the lives of the kooks that surround you and give us an update whenever anything happens, all right?
Have you been to Onga lately?
I've never been to Onga.
Have you really?
I've never been.
Oh, right.
There's nothing there to see, is there?
Well, with a steam train.
Dude, Minecraft music is like the most I like down.
It runs on bank holidays, I think.
Said Minecraft music is like the
I know that's why I don't actually have it on.
You're making me fucking cry like me.
Window and then big mistake. I've done that once. It was one of the worst experiences of my
Well, I'll
life.
like sit here and be like,
Kids,
shit, I'm like, well, damn.
if you are taken
I
to
wanna
the
go down a
steam train,
hole, like.
this is excellent advice. Pay attention because I'm serious now. Don't do what I did.
And people say Fortnite is really
On the
like
steam train, the only way that you can really tell you're on a steam train is, of course, sticking your head out the window and looking at the engine up the
I
front.
don't even play
smoke
Fortnite. I
belching
think it's
out.
disgusting.
And that is one of the worst things I've ever done in my
Like,
life.
I look-y
Stick my
tried
head
it
out the
just
window,
to see what the fuck
and you look
all the fuss was
forwards,
about.
and then you
it's
get
not worth it.
2 eyeballs full of red hot
Breathe
ash.
you too near a bed.
And you're in a carriage where you can't go anywhere. It's one of the old style,
Oh,
which is the nature of the thing. An old style
I
carriage.
can be near a bed in a moment if I just need. You know, I'll bring my bed down here. I'll bring my bed down here because.
I'm going to retrieve my bed.
Burnt my eyeballs right out my skull.
How long will it take you to retrieve your bed?
So if you've learnt nothing else from this show, then
It'll take me
certainly
like
you've
2-3
learnt nothing
minutes
else from this
probably.
show.
2 to 3 minutes to retrieve her bed.
No, that's what I heard. Yeah, apart from some mad old bat who's watering a plastic lawn.
So it depends on how
I
lost I
want you to
get.
keep notes and let us know if anything does change. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cheers, my dear. Gotta go. Just time's moving on. Plus, I've just gotta go. 0345 606.
Apologies that I died again
Nick
because
Abbott,
I got
LBC.
fucking with the damn
It's
skeleton.
just past 12:30. There's headlines with Serena Farrow.
Nick Abbott on LBC.
I don't think I've died. Have I died yet on this realm, Kirsty?
Who do you think you're talking to?
I don't think so.
When you got killed by the
No,
bees?
I never got killed by the bees. That was other people.
An update
I
from
died once, I
Honka.
think.
It's been a good long while. Some mad old bat there that who's watering a plastic lawn. Hey, my screen's just gone blank. Oh no, there
I
it is.
crossed the bridge.
Had a computer meltdown just for a moment there.
Affirmative.
Georgia says, unpasteurized cheese for your sandwich. That's a food that starts with a U. No, it doesn't. Unpasteurized cheese. That's really shoehorning it in there, Georgia. No, it's a no from me. And Paul says, undercooked food. Does that count as a food that starts with a U?
No.
Yeah, it's also a no from me. And furthermore,
No.
and Martin says, can people stop saying basically every sentence if we're starting sentences with the word so? So basically would be right out, I understand. So I want to talk about the climate change kids, because they glued themselves to a building again, which doesn't seem like such a smart thing. And they, I mean, not that the complaining part is smart, because otherwise nobody would do anything about it. They just seem to have to keep going on and on and on and on until people say,
Stop whining.
Stop whining. Oh, all right, we'll do something about it. But it's the gluing part what concerns me. I mean, you'd think that would give them a rash. Well, there's more problems on the horizon about our treatment of the environment. And one of them is mobile phones. But of course the other is the orange numpty in the White House. The Trump administration sought to remove references to climate change from an international statement on the Arctic, which is one of the places which is experiencing the most climate change. The Arctic Council Declaration is an affirmation of goals and principles among 8 Arctic nations which meet every 2 years. Now, the Trump administration's position threatened a standoff in which the United States wouldn't sign on to a statement that included climate discussion at all.
Let her know
And the
that I'm
other
coming to
members
fever bed
wouldn't
for a
agree
minute.
to a version that left climate discussion out. The administration in the States objected to language that, while non-binding, could be read as a collective commitment to address the effects of climate change in the Arctic. The United States indicated its resistance to any mention of climate change whatsoever. This is the Washington Post, otherwise known as fake news. The President of the United States of America, he is the President. Can you believe that?
I'm president. Can you believe it?
No, we're still stunned. He continues to express skepticism about the causes and severity of climate
Well,
change,
they follow us
despite
from Post fake news.
scientific consensus on the issue, while portraying efforts to address
Percy, ask
climate
Percy to
change
come for
as
Village House
foolhardy.
and take a bid in it.
Pardon?
That is the word from the orange numpty in the White House.
Ask Percy which one of her Village Houses has a
Scientists say
bed in
the
it.
Arctic is warming about twice as
Do
fast
any
as
of the
the rest
villages
of the
have a
planet,
bed in it? That's
with implications
Hold on.
for sea levels and weather patterns and more. Of course, it's still cold there, but it's just warming twice as fast as everywhere else. And that is the consequence of that should give everyone nightmares. Greenland, which isn't, by the way. It's a sparsely populated island that lies mostly above the Arctic Circle, has lost ice at an accelerating pace in the last several decades. They went from dumping about 51 billion tons of ice into the ocean between 1980 and 1990 to 286 billion tons in the 10 years after 2010. It used to be 51 billion tons per 10 years, now it's 286 billion tons. The rapid unravelling of the Arctic continues to transform the global climate system, causing sea level to rise, permafrost to thaw, sea ice and the planet's reflectivity to disappear, said an expert who was immediately dismissed as we are no longer interested in the opinions of experts. And when the planet's reflectivity disappears, then of course we're going to, the sort of feedback loop of heat will just get more and more, because all the sunlight that used to get reflected back out into the atmosphere ain't going to get reflected no more. Isn't this educational?
No.
The last Arctic Council Joint Declaration in May 2017 stressed the need for global action to reduce both long-lived greenhouse gas That was in May 2017. 3 weeks
Well,
later, the screaming Mimi in the White House announced the United States will pull out of the Paris Agreement.
So, before I
because
respond
he
to
promised
that,
to bring back coal.
I really like the way these look.
Yeah, they look cool.
You know, because
I want
why
the
did you
pink
do that?
one.
Because the coal industry gave him millions
Because,
of
like,
dollars.
I don't remember them being like this.
That's why he's so keen about coal. Is because they gave him millions of dollars.
Yeah,
How's
a
that
bit more
whole
vibrant.
draining the swamp thing going, by the way?
Is the duvet on the
And now, 2 years later, Trump's incensed
No.
by a recent assessment released by more than a dozen.
We could do what we did last night, you know, in terms of, you know, should like 20 past 11, call it quits now, get some food and then snuggle up in bed.
And he's saying, "Oh, shut up!" Because he's a smart person. He thinks he's a smart person. Everybody else thinks tremendous tool every time he hoves into view. The Trump administration was incensed by a recent assessment by more than a dozen of his own federal agencies showing that climate effects are intensifying across the country and that only aggressive action will avoid substantial damages in the future. So we're screwed then. We've been screwed since day one, like that nice bloke that I was talking to some while ago said, by our own short-termism. We're never going to do anything about it until the waves are lapping at our ankles, and then it'll be too late. And instead of going along with the scientific consensus, what the response from the White House has been to create an internal working group to counter the scientific consensus, as though just saying that it doesn't exist will make it not so. Trump's a long-time climate skeptic and has said that, and this is a direct, oh god, the lights have just gone out. Well, we're trying to save the environment here, but we're not doing very well. 1 minute. Wave my arms in the air.
Ooh.
Alert the machine. Actually, somebody in here. Where was I? Oh yeah,
No.
that's the